Hey everyone, it's Sean, and I know what you're thinking right now. If I'm hearing Sean at the top of the show, that means there was some sort of fuck up technically, wasn't there, Sean? And you'd be right. You're gonna get an hour and 48 minutes of interesting conversation, and unfortunately it gets cut off because the battery died in my computer, which sucks. But I wasn't planning on going an hour 48, and I had plenty of battery, and then we ran really long, and but it was a great conversation, and unfortunately, I just didn't plug it in. Next time we're at the Nerd Corner, I'm just gonna buy an extension cord and have it with me, but first of all, I do want to thank Keith and the staff of the Nerd Corner for again accommodating us. It was great to have Stork and Peacock and Otter and Beaver and Hummingbird all there. They were at the store, so it's always great to see everybody. It was a fantastic time. I want to thank everybody for showing up. The conversation was fantastic, and it was kind of sucked at the end of the day that was like the end. So. But we're going to be doing it again next month. I don't know when at this point. I have to coordinate that with Ian because the day I want to do it, I think he's probably going to be going to a Christmas party. So I have to figure that out. So we'll let you know next week when the next time we're going to be at the Nerd Corner is. And if you're in the Pittsburgh area or you're going to be in the Pittsburgh area, we hope you'll come out and check us out, and we'll give you more information on that. But yeah, so this episode is going to end abruptly in the middle of a conversation about the Beatles. So I hope you enjoy everything that we talk about. Enjoy the show. Of the Pittsburgh Nerd Podcast, recorded live to Nerd Korner in White Oak, Pennsylvania. I'm Sean.
I'm Ian, and this is the only podcast that says
a wizard is never late, Frodo Baggins, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
That's me.
That's you. I chose that quote for you because I knew you were going to be at least 10 minutes late.
Mm-hmm. That's my motto.
That was my motto I'm always late for shit too. So I said I'm gonna be here at 4:30. I'm rolling in at like 4:45.
Nice.
That is the first time I rolled in at 4:30. So how are you, sir? You yawn.
Yeah.
Look at
good.
that yawn. Big yawn.
A lot of work in this week.
Yeah.
That's about it. Pretty good otherwise. Couple new shows I want to start watching that I haven't gotten to yet.
Yeah.
So.
Like what?
It says hell something. Let me see. Hellbound.
Okay. What's that on?
Netflix.
Okay.
So I want to start that. I'm not really sure what it's about, but graphically it looks good.
Yeah.
It's Korean.
Okay.
And I think it's in English.
Yeah.
It's from the same guy that did Train to Busan.
Okay.
It's like you're supposed to go to hell.
Yeah.
Like there's these creatures that are supposed to take you hell. Well, hell's coming to Earth.
Right.
And it's all about them tracking you. Yeah. Looks pretty good.
Okay.
Graphically, it looks really good.
Yeah.
So looking into getting into that. There was another series I wanted to watch too, but I can't remember what it is. I don't even know what platform it's on. Anyway, there's two I want to get in. I'll remember it halfway through the podcast. But
Yeah.
There's two I want to see, so that's number one. So
I want to watch that Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, at least watch that. I started it and I couldn't get into it.
See, I never watched the anime.
Yeah.
I always wanted to watch the anime.
Yeah.
And I never did for whatever reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And but it was always like one of those ones that I like. That looks interesting. I like to watch that.
Yeah.
And I never did. And I feel like I should watch the anime first before I watch the series.
I see.
You know. Or maybe I should watch the series first with a clean so I don't have that judgment of well, the anime's superior. You know? Like just to judge it on its own first before I watch the anime.
Yeah.
And I say, well, the anime's superior.
Right.
You know. But it looks interesting.
Yeah.
And I like John Cho, and from what I've seen, a lot of it seems like ripped right from the anime itself. Like a lot of the shots and everything.
Yeah, from my end, they liked it.
Yeah.
I started it one night, and there's a couple months there we were way off on stuff we watched.
Yeah.
Just because of timing on how we were working.
Yeah.
And so I didn't. I started it later.
Yeah.
And I started it, probably not a good time. It was midnight. I'm like, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
I just couldn't get into it. My brain just wasn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So yeah, there was. But I would like to. Maybe I need to just sit down and watch it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So. And I was trying to think what else I may have watched. I watched Lock and Key, which is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I watched this horrible movie about an iceberg. I almost wish that it wasn't done in English.
Yeah. Just you didn't know what the hell was going on.
No, I did, but I think it was the English dub.
Yeah.
And was it bad?
Wow.
And I wish I just watched it in Russian with subtitles.
Yeah.
Because I think it would have been a lot better.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of. I'm looking up the name of it.
Yeah.
It's not the iceberg. Christ. I've typed in iceberg movie on Netflix and it comes up.
The iceberg.
Yes. I don't know. Anyway, maybe this will help. Russian. It's called The Icebreaker.
Okay.
And from the previews, visually it looked really good, and it still looked good.
Yeah.
I don't know how they got these people out there, but holy hell! I mean, it was all white. I mean, it was they're in the middle of the Arctic, and of course the iceberg was CGI, but the iceberg flipped, and there's this huge boat that was stuck.
Yeah.
And the iceberg was following them. But it wasn't I don't think it was supernatural or anything. It was just how they were drifting or how they were, you know what I mean? And then they were stuck and the iceberg it was wild. So, I liked it. I liked the aspect that they were on this boat and they were there was only this crew and the deterioration of the crew and you understand what I mean? We're talking months here. We're not talking a couple days.
Yeah.
And they were in not where they should have been, and Russia wasn't coming to help them, and they were gonna call Australia, because they had a ship somewhere up there, and they didn't want to do that. The captain was like, "Nah."
Yeah.
I'm so it's getting interesting, and then all of a sudden it was it never really got bad, but the English was so bad in it that it reminded me of old kung fu movies.
Oh, okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was that bad.
Yeah.
And so about 3/4 of the way in, maybe halfway in, I started fast forwarding.
Yeah.
I just want to get to the end of this fucking thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to know what happens. And
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was pretty bad. But I think in Russian, it'd have been a lot better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like American subtitle.
Yeah, but even sometimes the American subtitle sucks. But I mean, like, even with the American subtitle, I think it'd have been a lot better.
Yeah.
Because it was just, their voices were just, even the dog's pitch didn't match up to the dog that was on screen. Like, it was just so bad.
Even the dog was dubbed.
It was just horrible.
That's rough.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, it's a shame because it was an interesting premise and I could see it going somewhere.
Yeah.
You know? But, like, when they were all down in the galley singing in Russian.
Yeah.
That part was great.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they started fucking talking again, it was just like,
oof.
Yeah, it was just so bad. So I watched that. I suffered through that for a little bit. That's about it.
I watched Red Notice.
Red Notice.
It's our good friend Dwayne Johnson, Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, I did. I watched that too.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. Little twist at the end.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming.
Neither did I.
I suspected it in the beginning. I was like, well, maybe he is a good guy. You know, like maybe he's.
Yeah.
But I didn't see the two of them. Like.
No.
Not at all.
No.
And the quips from.
Oh yeah, Ryan Reynolds was spot on.
Yeah, it was good. Like he played the part well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I thought the action was great.
I think the thing I liked the most was it wasn't like that positive Dwayne Johnson where, you know, smiling and you know, the charisma that he usually puts off. He was a little bit more subdued in this movie.
Yeah.
Which I kind of liked.
Yeah.
You know. But I mean overall it's still a Dwayne Johnson typical movie, you know.
Sure, but the action was good.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I liked it.
Yeah,
Gal Gadot was good.
Yeah.
Everyone was good. I thought it was great.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Entertained me. That's what I wanted.
It was a fun 2 hours.
Yeah, it was.
You know, that was the thing. Like at the end of it, I was like, I can't wait for the second one.
Yeah, it was like really good.
Yeah. When that comes out, I'll be interested.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It's definitely worth watching.
Yeah.
For sure. I watched, I did watch, the Disney thing. Jungle Cruise.
Oh, okay. I haven't had a chance to watch that yet.
I liked it. It was alright.
Yeah, I did watch Shang-Chi.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
How'd you like that?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought it was alright.
My problem with it, like going into it and even coming out of it, was because I didn't know the character.
Yeah.
I didn't read Shang-Chi. I wasn't familiar with them. Mm-hmm. But like, my buy-in was minimal.
Yeah.
Like I enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was very well done. I thought I enjoyed all the characters and everything. But at the end of the day, like it wasn't until you got to that post-credit scene where I was like, oh, okay, now I'm in.
Yeah.
Like it felt very much like Daredevil and stuff where like it was like, oh yeah, you could, you know, be blipped out at any moment and, you know, like this is the world we live in. Like they were mentioning stuff from Marvel, but it wasn't like, you know, I mean, you had Wong show up there for a minute.
Yeah.
You know, but otherwise it was like kind of like it felt like Daredevil and like it's connected but it really isn't.
Yeah.
Until you get to the end where you're like, oh, okay, now there's my buy-in. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like otherwise, I enjoyed it. Like I would imagine if you were a fan of the character, you probably had different feelings than I do. Like I enjoyed it, but I wasn't like going nuts over it.
Right.
You know
I thought
what mean?
visually it looked pretty good too.
Yeah. There was a scene a couple of times with the bus fight. Those special effects were a little bad.
Yeah, it was a little Jackie Chan-ish, but
Yeah.
I mean, like, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, like there was one time where like it was clearly like a CGI created bus.
Yeah.
And you could tell it was a CGI created bus.
Yeah.
It looked kind of like when like Banner's head was in the Hulkbuster armor.
Ooh, yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
like
yeah.
it was like that.
Yeah.
Like, but otherwise,
They need
like,
to get rid of that guy.
Yeah, I don't know who does that.
Yeah, it's the same guy that did the Hulk in Banner and the Hulk.
Yeah, because you know you get the Fing Fang Foom, and I'm like, that's a real fucking dragon.
Yeah.
You know.
How'd you like that dragon?
Yeah, fantastic.
I love the like the Chinese accent
Yeah.
On the dragon, how it moved, the way it moved through the air. I thought that was like fucking great. That water dragon was badass too, whatever that was.
Yeah.
I thought those effects were amazing.
Yeah. So like you get like that, and then like at the beginning of the movie, I'm like, man, that bus is rough.
Yeah. You're like, this is gonna be a rough movie.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. But I think that was about it, though.
Yeah.
I think for the rest of the movie, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I liked the idea behind the 10 rings, and I liked the idea behind the Mandarin, and I liked everything about it.
Yeah.
I thought it was, and I liked how he was in it. I liked how Kingsley was in it.
Yeah.
I thought that was really neat.
That was a nice touch.
Yeah.
To like rectify
whatever the bullshit was Iron Man 3 was. Yeah, I agree. And he was good.
Yeah.
He acted it very well.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
I like the whole idea behind the dragon scale and all that crap.
Yeah.
Dragon whatever they made their weapons out of.
The dragon scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good nod to you know.
Yeah.
What the fuck is it? Come on, the dragon movie we watched when we were young. It was always on HBO. Dragon Slayer.
Dragon Slayer, yeah.
But But I liked that whole part, and I liked how that dragon scale showed up when they wielded it.
Yeah.
I liked the effect. I thought that was really good. And what's her name? God, she's in everything.
Oh,
Discovery.
Yeah. What's her name? Yeah.
I liked her in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I liked his partner, so to speak.
Yeah. She was fun. The fun.
She was funny, but she wasn't over the top. And I tend not to like her that much because I think it just goes way over the edge.
Yeah.
Like
they reeled her in.
Yeah, like they reeled her in a little bit to where it was funny, but not just like it's all about her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah, I like that too.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. Seriously. I love the battle between him and Mandarin. I thought that was a good battle. Mandarin was a character you loved to hate. You understood what he was doing.
Right.
He didn't really understand he did understand, but he was blind to it. To
right.
The fact that he's almost possessed.
Right.
Yeah, and I like the sister too. So, I mean, like, I like the whole thing. I love how it ended, how she took over, you knew she was going to do that.
Yeah.
But at the same point, it was just like, wow, she's really doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and she becomes essentially the new Mandarin.
Yeah.
You know, so. Yeah, I liked everything about it.
Yeah, I thought so. I enjoyed it. Again, like it's just my only problem is like my lack of buy-in because I'm not familiar with the character. Like every other Marvel movie they've released, I've read those books.
Right.
I'm familiar with the characters. I have. There's something in my heart that's like, this is special to me. With this is the first one that I was kind of like.
Nate.
Kind of like, I don't have that buy-in. This doesn't mean as much to me as all these other movies did.
Yeah, I know.
What's Keith, the proprietor of this fine store, the Nerd Korner? What's he showing you, Ian?
Kobe Bryant rookie card, autographed, graded to 10.
Wow.
Where'd you pick that up at?
One of my little scuttlebugs brought it in for me. And I bought it for less than a pack of cigarettes.
Oh, wow. That's just wrong.
I did not. I was like, what do you want it for? He's like, $10. I'm like, here.
That's amazing.
I'm ready to open a pawn shop.
It's on.
Yeah.
Not that I'll ever get this for it. It's
right.
on eBay for 40 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the people on eBay are weird. They just make up numbers. Like, I go to the TV's $100,000. It's not worth $100,000, but I can post it for $100,000.
Right.
Right.
That's what they do for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's look at what it's sold for, not what they're trying to sell it for.
Wow. So anyway, Shang-Chi, I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I thought it was a welcome addition to this,
Yeah. I think the character's going to fit in nicely.
Yeah, I think it will too.
Like I said, it's just the buy-in aspect for me, which I can get around.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same thing. Like, I wasn't really looking forward to the Eternals all that much.
I still need to get to see that.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to see it either, and I'm not rushing to see it.
Yeah, I'm not either.
But again,
I didn't read that when I was reading comic books ever.
Yeah, and I did I did read a little Black Knight, but I mean like.
Yeah, not a ton.
No, and I don't really understand his reasoning for being there. From what I understand, he's only in the beginning of the end. Spoilers, or beginning in the he's only in there a blip. It's not. Yeah. It's not like he's. I don't think he's in the entire movie.
Yeah.
But I'm still not understanding his involvement. I mean, I guess Marvel needed to add him in somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I just don't really. I don't know. So.
Yeah, I'm there with you. So it's like that whole thing of like, I'm just not rushing out because like it wasn't something. But like Spider-Man, you know, I mean, I didn't even need that last trailer to get my buy-in, but man, that last trailer was freaking amazing.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things in that trailer that I loved, but the thing that I liked the most was like Melina possibly becoming an anti-hero in this with him.
Yeah,
which I thought was like. The more screen time that dude has,
oh yeah, exactly.
I am in.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I bought in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I mean, Melina's Doc Ock has been hands down one of the top 3 villains of all time.
Right, and now he's going to be an anti-villain.
Yeah,
you know, like it, not anti-villain, but anti-hero.
Yeah.
Sort of. Which I was like, wow, just let the guy act, and I'm going to listen.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So. I like that aspect. I like Shocker and the new and his costume. Did you see that? Did you catch
Electro.
That? Electro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, but people could be confused because there is a Shocker in the Tom Holland universe.
There is, and there's also a Vulture in the Tom Holland universe too. Which
I just wanted to clarify because that could be confusing. But yeah, Electro. I even liked like the nod with the the headpiece.
Yes.
Yeah.
It made sense.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things in that trailer that are looking good. I mean,
2 different versions of Goblin, apparently.
Right, and then there's a couple things when you look at it, like when that part where Sandman comes up and you got Lizard on one side and Shocker on the other.
Yeah.
Electro on the other side, and you're like, damn, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but did you see what happens with that?
Well, I saw where their directions were.
Yeah.
And so I'm assuming that they blacked out the other 2 Spider-Man or Doc Ock.
Right, they blacked out the other 2 Spider-Man, I think.
Yeah.
Because apparently in the international trailer, that scene goes on just a little bit longer, and you can see Lizard's head moving like he gets punched.
Yeah.
So it's like somebody messed up.
Yeah.
You know, like they CGI'd out the Spider-Man in both of those. You know, which is apparently, Garfield and Maguire.
Yeah.
But like that punch to it's like this very weird, like when you watch the trailer, it's like it goes on a little bit and then his head like snaps like he got punched. You're like, what the hell?
Well, if you notice when the Lizard jumps off, he's looking down.
Yeah.
And he's getting ready to strike.
Yeah.
And he's not striking up here where Holland is. You know what I mean? I don't know who Holland's after, but
yeah.
That looked pretty good. I love that part where he was like, "You can't take this away from me." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You cannot take this. Yeah, I was like, "Oh shit," because he played a good Electro.
Yeah.
I never had a problem with that Electro.
Yeah.
Ever. I thought it was a decent Electro. Some of the greatest Spider-Man scenes I have seen was his battle with Electro, with the electricity and the people.
Yeah.
On the railing. And
yeah.
That was one of the best CGI. It was CGI a lot of it, but I mean. That was one of the best Spider-Man scenes I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Because that was like straight out of the books.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was just, that's something he would do. This is like the magic we've watched in the cartoon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's a lot about that trailer that I like.
Yeah.
I'm good with trailers though. I don't want another one.
No, I'm done. I'm done. I'm tapped out.
And I still don't really know what's going on, which is nice. I don't really know what's going on, really. I don't know. And I don't know why it's all purple at the end, if that's the introduction of Galactus or something.
I think that
something's coming through.
I think that there's that line where, because what I think is happening is, from what I can tell, it's Melina, it's the Defoe Green Goblin, and it's Electro that come through first.
Right.
and it's just those three. And then at the end of it, like at the end of that trailer, when Strange is trying to hold shit together, and he's like, I can't stop them, they're all coming through. I think that's what he meant is, here comes Sandman, here comes the Dane DeHaan Green Goblin, here comes Lizard at that point. You know, here's where all these characters are coming through the multiverse, and here come the Spider-Men as well.
Yeah.
Like that's what's that all is at the end. And then, you know, somehow you find a way to fix, quote unquote, the multiverse, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
or not fix as much as you can. I think it's going to be half-ass fixed.
Yeah.
I don't think it's totally going to be
right.
fixed.
So that's my thinking is like it's the multiverse cracking and everything coming through from the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Into...
Here comes Robert Downey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we can bring him back.
Yeah. At any time. For the right amount of money.
I'm good. I'm good with him coming back.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks pretty damn good. I might shed a tear. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But it looks good. I mean, truly, it looks like a blockbuster movie. I just hope it pays in spades. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I think it's gonna. It better be. It better be Garfield catching her.
That was my guess. Because I told Nancy that. I said, like, what? It would be really apropos if it's Garfield saving MJ.
Yeah, and saying, like, not this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Like, that's how that has to play out.
Right. And then are we going to see Spider-Gwen? Is she in the mix?
Oh, please, dear God in heaven, please.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, where's Michael Keaton's involvement? And then I saw Michael Keaton's in the Morbius movie.
Yeah, well, yeah, we would discuss. I mean, we've known that for a while. Like, we go back to the first trailer.
Yeah.
Keaton's like, yeah, hey Doc, how you doing? Keep in touch or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you know, he's in that. We knew we've known all. Like, it's that oddball thing of like. It goes back to like apparently what happens in the Venom trailer affects, or the Venom movie, is going to affect everything else because like we've known that like there's some form of Spider-Man in Morbius because we've seen the poster with murderer written on it, but it looks like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, not the Tom Holland Spider-Man. So what, again, is this part of like the multiverse is kind of coming together somehow?
Yeah. God, he looks good with that makeup. Or CGI, however you want to do
Jared Leto. Yeah.
Yeah. Like real good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, comic book accurate good.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. I was like, I'm really curious about it. And some people are like poo-pooing, you know, the Morbius movie, but I find Morbius a very interesting character. Do you know what I mean?
Right. I think it's that oddball thing though of like, to me, like you're like Sony has to like, I guess like dig around and kind of say, okay, well we were able to do Venom. Marvel let us do that, even though we owned the rights to it. You know, like let's go to the C-level characters where Marvel's not going to hassle us. Because I mean, like, other than you and I from reading comic books in the '80s, like, you know, who knows who Morbius is?
Right, but they know who Jared Leto is.
Right. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. You know who Jared Leto is, but at the same time, like, it's just he's that like C or D level character that like nobody's gonna hassle you about. Like you and I are both like, why aren't they doing Kraven the Hunter? Well, probably because Marvel wants to do something with Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah, but it has to have Spider-Man's involvement.
Right. I understand, but that's the point. Like, I mean, they're
Kraven comes out.
Like, there are a lot of other villains that you and I are like, why aren't they doing this villain or that villain? Like, why is Morbius getting his own movie?
Yeah.
You know, like, really? Are they going to give J. Jonah Jameson's son a movie too? The werewolf guy?
Yeah,
you know.
Right. Well, I mean, like, I don't know. It's just as it looks like they're picking those sub-level characters, but I mean, they got Jared Leto to do it. So
right.
I mean, like, Morbius will be good just because of Jared Leto is going to be in it.
Right.
And that's the draw, and that's where their ticket sales are going to be.
Right.
But I mean, Blade was probably one of the first comic book movies ever made. And 70% of people don't even realize that Blade was a Marvel property.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody does.
Yeah.
And
No, I agree with you. Like, I mean, like, if you ask somebody, average person, like, did you know Blade was a comic book? Like, no, I didn't.
yeah, but that was also a CD level character.
Yeah.
Before the movie.
Right.
I mean, nobody was buying Blade comics.
Yeah.
I mean, not your normal.
No.
I had a couple, but I mean, it wasn't. It was probably I think they were crossovers at some point. But anyway.
Yeah.
But what they did with Blade, I mean, that was amazing.
Right.
You know.
At least for 2 movies.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy the third movie. It's just not that good of a movie. Yeah.
Yeah. But no. So it is this oddball
Ryan
thing.
Reynolds made that movie.
Yeah, it is an oddball thing though. Again, of like, well, like, I'm Sony. Like, what characters can I plumb? What can I pick?
Right.
And and like Marvel, like not have Marvel like well, we'd really like to do something with that, with like the Marvel Cinematic Universe and Tom Holland, and like it's a very tricky and sticky situation, I'm sure. Especially I something tells me like they have a contentious relationship anyway.
Right.
Based on all the shenanigans we saw a couple years ago.
Right. Right. No, I agree.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're also dealing with the mouse here, and the mouse usually gets its way.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll find a way to get their way.
Right. At some point, I'm just waiting for Sony to be bought out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, I'm just waiting for them to go full on Bruce Wayne and go, well, I bought the bank.
Yeah.
You know.
And Disney going, yeah, we really don't have, a game system.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let's make this Sony game system the mouse. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a matter of time. But
Disney games will all be PlayStation only.
right. So we'll see.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I saw Ghostbusters.
What I haven't had a chance to go see it yet.
Sinful.
I know. I want to go see it. Just time and money.
Yeah, I went up to Destenta, that shade box.
Yeah.
Well, whatever it's
Phoenix,
called now.
yeah.
Phoenix now.
Yeah.
And it was a 10:20 movie that I went to go see it. I'm like, oh, this is the shady hour if there ever was one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like you and 3 guys in trench coats.
Yeah. Yeah. It's exactly what it was, dude.
Yeah.
So I get up there and I'm like, oh, here we go. And it wasn't full at all.
Yeah.
And like we get into the movie theater and they were playing it at the big house.
Yeah.
Like the big dog.
Yeah.
13 or
Yeah.
whatever, or 11 or one of those.
Yeah, the one that's like THX certified
It's
and shit.
huge.
Yeah.
And literally there was 2 other people.
Yeah.
2. Not 2 families, just
Two other
people.
Yeah.
Sitting where you sit. And
Yeah.
we sat on top. And so I was like, this might be actually like really enjoyable here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we sit down and damn it if I can't remember the I can't remember the trailers I saw.
Yeah.
But there was like 3 trailers that I was like, holy shit, this looks good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, Ghostbusters,
Yeah.
good movie.
The crew has arrived.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ghostbusters is worth the ticket price.
Cool.
I'm just telling you. It's not only is it a good ticket price, but it's a good send off.
Yeah.
Um,
For the OGs.
and Ramis.
Yeah.
I think I cried 3 times in that movie.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and the kid's amazing.
Yeah.
Kid is truly amazing. The kid
Yeah.
that plays Egon's granddaughter,
Yeah.
hands down, really good.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm like,
Hey, you're like 10 feet away from the mic now all of a
I know.
sudden.
Well, I was
Just
kicking
lean back. Yeah.
But yeah, it's worth the price of admission.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say that it's because I don't want to give spoilers away because you haven't seen it. Most people haven't seen it because it just came out.
Yeah.
But it's better than the second.
Yeah.
And it's not as good as the first one because the first one was basically ad-lib the whole movie.
Yeah.
So you get that comedy from that ad-lib.
Yeah.
But this one's pretty good.
Good.
I have to say.
Yeah.
My only complaint is I wanted to see more ghosts.
Yeah.
But I was thinking that in the movie, and then when I thought about that first movie,
Yeah.
I was like, there wasn't really a whole shit ton of ghosts in that.
No.
Either. I mean, there was Slimer.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it was that montage of like,
yeah,
once the containment unit was shut down.
Right, and
yeah.
So I mean, yes, but there wasn't like a shit ton.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it was good. It was really good.
Good.
It had that old vibe, like how should I say, like
an Amblin movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I felt like it had that same vibe as Goonies and Gremlins, and
right.
It almost had a Spielberg touch to it.
That was what the reviews I've heard of said it it has that Amblin feel, like with the kids and everything.
Yeah, but it was just
well done.
Well done.
Yeah.
I mean, Reitman did.
Yeah.
Good. I mean, yeah. I can't wait for you to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I gotta get out and see it.
And I will say this without, I won't.
Okay.
But yeah, it's real good.
High marks from you.
High marks, especially the kid.
Yeah.
I like the kid from Stranger Things too.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but he was not the main focus.
Yeah. Yeah, the young girl clearly was the main character.
Correct.
Yeah.
And it was mostly focused on her, and it dabbled in a couple areas where you'll catch it. But she was just so good. I couldn't believe how good she was.
Yeah.
From that kid. So yeah, you'll like it.
Yeah. So we've been joined by our friends, the stork, peacock, otter, his wife. This is exciting. Looks like you've all stopped at Lou's Brews. Of course.
Drinks.
1985 Lincoln Highway.
Thank you.
Thanks for the update.
We forgot.
Yeah.
We forgot where that was.
The rehash.
Yeah.
Callback.
Yeah,
That's
callback.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Oh, not much. You know us.
Just talking about Ghostbusters. Not much about Ghostbusters.
Thank you. Haven't seen you.
I know.
Don't hit. I'm hit. You're
I
hitting
did.
the thing.
I
Jeez.
know. It's a really good movie. It's
good.
Yeah. I don't find movies that are have that feel to it anymore, like we did when we were kids. Mm-hmm. You know, like that Amblin feel, that Spielberg, that Ron Howard type of stuff. And this one did.
Cool.
For sure. So. Yeah, it was such a great movie. I was telling them I went to Destinta up here in North Versailles.
Oh, the old Destinta.
Yeah, 10:20 at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sus to begin with.
Yeah.
And I went in there. I was like, oh shit, I don't know what I'm getting into. I don't know what we're gonna encounter. And they played it in the big one, their big theater. And I was telling him there was us. It was 5, and then 2 in the front, and that's it.
Wow.
Nobody else was in there, so it was a good viewing experience.
Mm-hmm.
But
Stork's Destinta, you say, eh?
Perfect.
Yeah. Right, and I looked down.
Well, it's Phoenix now or something.
Yeah, Phoenix, yeah.
So it was Destinta when we were in high school and stuff like that. We come out to Destinta, or we would do before it's the old
Blue Hill Drive-In.
No,
What
was the drive-in that was where the Walmart was?
Green Valley.
Green Valley.
Yeah.
But after, anyways, the Lowe's. Remember they built that giant Lowe's?
Yeah.
It's a flea market.
Fleekin' Mall, yeah.
Yeah, Dirt Mall.
Yeah. but those were our two go-to movie theaters. 'Cause,
Yeah.
You know, they're brand new, nice-ass movie theaters for a minute there in the late 90s when they were building those
Yeah, and it's
monstrosities.
weird because the what was the one called where the dirt mall was at?
That was a
It
Lowe's.
was a Lowe's.
Was it Lowe's?
Yeah.
Just like water.
Yeah, they shut down quick.
They did, yeah.
It was like 2 years. They were done.
'Cause I remember
It was huge. It was just like the one at Waterfront.
right after they opened, I was a manager at the Eden Park in North for Sales there at the bottom of the hill. And I asked, I'm like, so do we like have like an idea of like when movies let out and people come down to eat? Like, do we keep like a schedule of the movie? They're like, the fuck you talking about? I'm like, we don't get rushes from the movie theater? Like, yeah, no. Nobody goes to that movie theater.
And that's
Like-
crazy.
No, we would trip from Penn Hills
Yeah,
through Turtle Creek or whatever. And
Yeah.
that was like our kind of like primary movie
yeah,
theater. Because at the time that was back when Monroeville only had,
Oh, you came up the back way across the bridge
Right.
up
Yeah.
the hill.
back when there was just the old Showcase East in
Right.
Monroeville.
Yeah.
They even at that point had already closed down that one that was next to the mall.
And
Yeah.
that shady ass golf range on the right hand side.
Yeah.
Remember that shit?
Yeah. Yeah, we used to.
You hit the ball and a zombie hand comes up and grabs it.
Yeah.
It was like, or you hit the ball and it landed and a mine went off.
yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, we would trip up. Those were our two go-to movie theaters. Lowe's first, and then
They
Yeah.
shut down Penn Hill Cinema.
when
It's
Just
done.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
I just saw signs like the other day,
Right.
like you know, like recent movies. So it must have been very.
It was
very recent.
pretty quickly. They just shut it down. I know the
I meant to look today to see if Ghostbusters was there.
owner's wife.
Mhm.
She works at the hospital.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she said they shut it down. They just couldn't afford it anymore.
Is that the one that was in the complex with the
Shopping
DMV?
center. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
it's gone.
Oh, that used to be dollar movies on Wednesdays when we were in
Yeah.
high school. You could go and see whatever.
He
like,
sold the
some
projectors and
screens
everything.
stuff. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so now I don't think anybody's gonna take it over. So
No, it'll
somebody
die
bought it.
like everything else in Penn Hill.
They were saying somebody bought a movie house out in like Utah or not Utah. I don't know, somewhere Midwest. And so he bought the projectors from him so he can start his own mom and pop. Because like originally that place still had film.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And they went from film to this, and he bought all this like years ago, and
Yeah.
it was still good. So he tried to get some money back from it.
Yeah, I mean, it was always.
I was like, "Where's the posters? Don't you have any posters?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just Penn Hill. I mean, you know, that whole plaza and stuff like that. If it's not a Goodwill or some sort of like, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
dirt mall like store, like nothing's really gone, nothing except for the brand new Taco Bell. It's just
Yeah, I saw
solid.
that. I was just there yesterday because I had to go get my
Never eaten
license
Taco
renewed.
Bell again. Anyway, go ahead.
And I was like, wow, that's fancy.
Yeah. It's like state of the art Taco Bell.
That looks like something out of Demolition Man.
It is making
I
a
can't.
comeback.
Yeah.
I'm never eating it again. Every time I eat it, I get sick.
Well, I
Or
mean,
close to it.
you're not 25 and high and drunk.
True. Or
Yeah.
am I? No.
Yeah.
But we got it yesterday. Before we went to that movie, I was like, I don't know if this is a good idea. I don't know if I should be eating this before I go to this movie. It's like a 2-hour movie. I had to time it out. And right there, I don't want to get the meat sweats in the middle of fucking a great part in this movie, you know? Because I had high hopes and it like came through, and I'm like, gotta time it out. But yeah, I ate it. Of course, instant stomach ache. I had two, not gorditas,
Chalupa.
chalupas. And that
And
was
then
it.
Taco Bell.
Yeah, 2 chalupas, and I was like, whoa.
I may
Just
have
sitting
slung a taco or two in that establishment in my
Yeah.
youth.
I just don't like their tacos. Like once you go to a taco stand out west,
It's all boiled.
Yeah,
All
that's
stuff.
the thing I've always heard about that. It's like just in bags. you just-
Rehydrated.
Yeah, you
is
just
what they call
drop it in and
it.
Yeah.
Drop,
I'm
drop
getting
it,
a stomach
drop
ache
it in
just thinking
boiling,
about
boiling water for about 30 minutes, and then it comes to temperature.
even the tomatoes don't even taste right. Anyway,
Everything's prepackaged.
So Peacock,
Hey!
hey,
What's up?
I hear you got a bone to pick with us.
Do I? About what?
I don't know.
Remember, you were mother up and down at the restaurant.
No.
Yeah, you were.
I don't even know what he was talking about.
About X-Men.
Oh, X-Men the animated series.
Yes.
Oh,
You don't like it?
No, I did. I watched it as a kid.
I'm not saying I don't like it.
Yeah.
I will tell you now, like I the storytelling that they did was fantastic.
Stork might have embellished a little bit just to get Peacock wound up.
Oh, okay. They told it was like straight from the comic book.
Well, I don't know that,
Okay.
but like.
But at the same time, the animation looked like something like from like Thunder the Barbarian.
I don't know what that is.
It's shitty.
Yeah, it was.
It's not that bad.
It is. It's that bad.
It's not that bad.
This
It's-
was like no. Animation aside, this was like my first soap opera.
I understand that. I'm not putting it down. It was a good show. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, you compare the animation to that show to Batman the Animated Series.
Apples and oranges.
No, it's not. It
Yeah.
came out at the same time.
Yeah.
It's just Marvel has always made a decision to go chintzy with their animation, with everything.
in the-
Spider-Man is Amazing Friends.
You're
Fucking
going to
X-Men.
like you're going back like when there was just barely color. Like the X-Men show was clearly going for realistic, and Batman was going for like this
It's
noir.
Darwin Cook.
Like, yeah,
style.
like a
It's
noir,
a
like,
stylistic
look to
choice.
it.
It worked. I'm not.
Like they were
Well,
totally
but-
just different things.
But even going forward, like, okay, so like you go to when Marvel and DC were doing like almost every other month coming out with an animated movie.
Oh yeah, they suck.
Those animated movies were awful
Agreed.
looking.
Agreed.
Like Marvel has
Yeah,
never
it was
committed
20
to
years later too.
But that was
Yeah.
I'm talking.
No, Marvel does suck at it. You're right. but-
They've never
but
committed to
your
good
hatred your
animation.
hatred for X-Men the animated series.
I don't
is
hate it.
uncalled for.
Except for
Uncalled
what if.
for.
I think it's funny that
What
they
If's
said
animation
I
was
had a
pretty
bone
good.
to
I haven't
pick.
seen it yet.
And then now they're all bitching about it.
Right.
I mean,
Hey, Stork did throw you under the bus on Twitter. He said, "Man, can't wait till I come over. Peacock's got a bone to pick with you." And I'm like,
he knows I don't look at Twitter, so
"Don't sing it, bring it." You know.
I didn't bring anything.
I like the voice work too. Sometimes it was a little
Oh.
over the top, or
Like
a little
Storm.
Storm's
Little
over
bit.
the top.
Storm.
Rogue was over.
Rogue was.
No, I love Rose.
Oh, I love Rose.
Sugar, come on, Sugar.
That
You
was
don't like, you don't like
worst.
that, Ian?
that
Yeah,
was
scratch.
fucking atrocious.
When I read,
And I have
the
all
books,
my.
those are the voices.
I
like
have
you
a
say
shit
with,
ton of
with
family
Kevin
in the South.
Conroy. Like you
No.
hear Kevin Conroy when you read Batman. I
Right.
hear those voices. I think
Yeah.
they're iconic.
Unfortunately, I hear that voice too when I read Rogue, and I don't want to.
Yeah, we were
You know,
talking about
I'd much
that
rather
too.
hear any other voice.
Oh,
I wish Anna Paquin would be in my
Southern
head.
Belle?
no.
Oh.
No.
And she would get jacked up. She had that.
Did you say head? Did you say head? Head or bed? I didn't know.
What?
Did you say head or bed?
With what?
Anna Paquin.
I said I'd much rather hear Anna Paquin in my head.
Okay.
I'll take her in my bed, sure.
She a
I'm not
freak.
gonna-
I remember. Her.
So, well,
Wasn't that?
rumor has it.
True Blood.
All
She
right,
had all kinds of
guys.
things going on. She had all kinds of like, I'm into multiple things in multiple places.
Werewolves. And
Yeah.
True Blood was okay, I guess.
You got a little bit
Got
much.
crazy.
Yeah, it got
yeah.
to be a bit much. The first season was good. Second season was good.
How many seasons were there?
There was a
I don't
lot.
There's a bunch.
6?
Yeah, at least.
I'm guessing.
I want to say there was like
watched
6 or
them all.
7,
Yeah.
yeah.
We watched
Yeah.
them all.
Yeah.
But we watched them late. Like, we didn't.
Yeah, it was after the
like,
fact.
Yeah, it
Or
was
yeah,
well
us
after.
too.
Are you playing on your phone?
Oh, I'm just deleting
Beaver.
emails, That's all.
Oh,
She-
I'm boring you.
She's the only person in this in store that gives 2 shits about what we're saying. Like, she's just here for the lose bruise. Clearly.
Oh, yeah.
On 1985 Lincoln Highway, White Oak, 15131.
Thank you.
412-664-7004.
She's just like,
It's
They
like
have
she's
the
getting
most
paid.
delightful employees.
They
there,
do.
by the
They
way.
do.
Yeah. Like, not to plug Lose Bruce. Right?
Right.
she's like,
Just right.
if I've
Black
got to endure
Friday.
these 2 nerdy fucks you listen to all the time, Tim, I need booze.
All she talked about all week was lose Bruce.
Yes.
She
Wide
drinks out of this while
variety.
she's at work.
usually.
She's at work. I come home. She's like sitting there like, I was like,
With
are you seriously
water.
drinking out of that cup?
With water, by the way.
Yeah,
It is
anyway.
a nice. It is a nice cup. Yeah.
By water, she means
Now, when you
proof.
buy the cup, you get a discount on refills.
we think
So you brought your cups back?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what I
Oh,
figured.
yeah, we brought these back.
Next
Yeah.
time, we're going to come in with Lose Bruce.
T-shirts.
Oh, don't
yeah.
ruin it.
Nice.
Now don't
I'm
be.
sorry.
Yeah, what's
Oh my
wrong
God.
with you?
Sorry.
Spoiler alert.
I can't be trusted
If
with
somebody could
anything.
pick me up a hat, I'd appreciate
Sorry.
that. I'm
Oh,
sure.
I'm a-
Yeah.
Shirts
funny.
and tanks, though.
Their
Yeah.
employees are
Shirts
delightful,
and
though, I will
ties.
say. that wasn't
No.
sarcasm. It sounded a little sarcastic.
like-
No,
It
you-
wasn't.
you-
No, they're
you-
actually.
You
really
mentioned it
good.
last time how delightful the employees were there.
Yeah.
I was throwing out the Rose Bar and Grill for
Yeah.
like dinner, and they were like, no, let's just go back to Twin Oaks so that we're more conveniently located.
Okay,
there.
there's
Yeah,
person-
like also-
You know, this person's only 4 minutes away from the recording.
we're gonna have to drive past it.
Fine.
It's too far.
Good
I came
food,
down here last
good
weekend,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, Twin.
Twin Oaks was freaking. That whole parking lot was filled up. I was like,
Yeah.
they can't fit that many people in there.
They
There were
got the
so
back room,
many
the
people.
side room,
And
and
it
all
was
kinds
the
of
whole
seating.
parking lot. It looked
Yeah.
like Rainbow Gardens in
Yeah.
'82.
Hey, look, because of the live show, there's a lot of Easter eggs here in White Oak from this podcast, like Sean's Anytime Fitness
Yeah.
from 3 years,
Yeah.
3 or 4 years ago, during the fitness craze.
Well, I
Open 24.
I remember when Henno was here, like he was talking about the Easter eggs, like when because we were down at Dave and Buster's, and then he drove to Glassport to record the show, and he was talking about like it was like kind of cool to see Kennywood, like guys talk
Oh, 'cause
about
you
it all
gotta
the
drive
time,
right by it, yeah.
like all the so there was like oddball stuff like he picked up, so yeah, like they're
And the wallpaper.
yeah, the wallpaper, everybody loves the wallpaper, but like yeah, there are like Easter eggs like in
Getting
the
rid of
show.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's gotta go.
If you do,
I would get
if you do,
destroyed.
be the
Yeah,
I would get destroyed.
yeah, it's only 100 years old.
Yeah, it's as old as the house.
It's so old that you used to advertise. This has lead in it.
Yeah,
High quality lead product.
Right.
keeps out radiation.
Right.
Nothing says safe bomb room with class.
Speaking of 100-year-old houses, I had this awful thing happen last Sunday. So,
Oh, at your house.
at my house, yeah.
Okay. I was like,
So I'm upstairs. I'm flushing the toilet, and Nancy was outside with her
But
sisters.
why?
TMI.
enough said.
This is why I included this part of the story. I didn't get into what was going on up there.
I can.
But
Okay.
I flushed the toilet, and all of a sudden, Nancy says there's a geyser in the side yard.
Why are you telling me this story?
Well, because this is what's interesting about it. Okay.
I don't think it's interesting.
Father of
I-
the bride.
Tell me more. I'm interested.
And the way the house is
Yeah,
set up.
this is funny.
So I call the landlord. He sends a plumber, and there's like this like open like I assumed it was just a downspout, like for like a French drain or something, but apparently it's a relief valve for the sewage.
Boy, it didn't know how much relief it was going to need when Sean moved into the neighborhood.
Indeed.
Help me!
Taco Bell, take one.
Yeah.
No more sheets, chili dogs, please.
Well, working from home, I have nowhere else to make that.
He's not denying it.
Yeah.
Relief valve.
Yeah. So like apparently like the way the house is constructed, like the bathroom is up here in this corner of the house, and the relief like this where this geyser was is all the way down here on the other side of the house in the back.
They're counting on gravity.
Yeah, I mean it became like they couldn't figure out how the pipes ran to get to that point, because it makes no sense that other than the fact that there may have been like a septic tank there at some point, and they just connected the sewage pipe to that and ran it out.
Yeah.
And it was like this oddball thing. Like they had to run a snake down there and everything. I was like, I'm
This
just
is why plumbers.
Is it like in front of the
Yeah.
kitchen window or something?
Huh?
Is it in front of the kitchen window? Or is it in the middle of the yard?
no, it was like right there at the next to the porch, that back porch, like right there next to it.
And she was out there
Yeah, like, she
when it
just
was happening?
she just happened to be like her sister was leaving, and she just happened
That
to
was
be out
great
there.
for her sister.
Yeah,
Merry Christmas, shitter school.
yeah, exactly.
She catch a Mr. Hanky to the eye?
No, it didn't like. It wasn't like Old Faithful like shooting into the air. Like,
I thought it was like...
It was more like a bubbling crude.
Yeah, his sister was like, that's awful.
When did you guys get a chocolate fountain?
Yeah.
Fun, dude.
I brought my marshmallows.
Alright. You guys went all out for this party.
Yeah.
Nancy didn't bat an eye. It's just
Built
like,
in.
what was that? She goes, no, Sean took a shit.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was bad.
Yeah.
How'd you clean that up, or did you?
Well,
I don't know if I could.
Sure, take its course.
Well, I mean, luckily it was cold out, so let it sit overnight.
And then he just took the snow shovel.
Yeah. That's basically
over
it.
the fence.
Oh, really? Is that
Over
your
the fence.
story?
Did you say that? Over the fence.
No, not over the fence. No, I'm in a garbage bag for the.
I don't remember peanuts.
Yeah.
Oh,
I did not
man.
have any corn.
This burrito's still whole.
Ew. What's wrong with you?
This soft taco is still intact.
Because I get line from
Why don't I chew?
Raffy, where have you been? Well, I was trying to track the bear, and I found some fresh shit, and I tried the second harvest because look, there was Hershey Kisses in it, but it turns out it was just more shit. So I got a stomach ache. I shit myself, I pissed myself, and I jerked off.
All right, now I'm gonna go murder this bear with my dick.
Yeah.
I don't get
I
it.
feel like
The
I'm
league.
missing
The league.
something.
Yeah, the league.
Okay.
We have
Okay.
to.
I'm glad
still.
that was a movie reference
Oh.
because I would have had to leave.
He drops the line. I'm gonna go murder this bear.
Was
with
she
my
like?
dick."
Oh, is that
Yeah.
Rafi?
Was
Yeah,
she
right.
like, Sean? What'd you do?
Yeah.
Is that what she said?
Not me.
Should
Well,
have dropped
I mean,
a big old
it
cherry
was
bomb
you.
down there and
No,
just called
no.
it good.
Like,
It was
to be
more
fair,
than just this what was going on to cause this. It wasn't just me that caused
the
this
first time
package.
it was noticed.
Well, the first time it was noticed was because of me, yes.
I think she doesn't smoke.
Yeah. Is that methane? Boom!
I just got it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Remember that time your dad, was it your dad that poured gasoline down the yellow jacket hole and flamed the
See,
yard?
told you it's a good idea.
No.
Was that your dad?
No, I think that's Uncle John. I wasn't with my dad.
Maybe it was Uncle John.
I'm
Because I thought about doing it at not my house, but
Yeah.
Aunt Lou's house.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know where this goes. There's a lot of wood.
Yeah.
There's stairs and I don't want to.
Gas main.
a couple months ago, I found out I'm
Right.
allergic to yellow jackets.
Oh, bad, huh?
Yeah.
You have
So
an
the,
EpiPen
the
now?
first thing, first
Yeah,
thing
me
Ann said was, she said, "Do not put gasoline in it."
Well.
At all. I was like, "Why do you think that was my first instinct?" And she was like, "I was like,
Well, I was gonna do it
look,
too.
it's too close to the shed. That's why I didn't put any gasoline into it."
Too bad I don't have any CO2. Not CO2, but liquid nitrogen.
Yeah.
C4.
Or C4. Yeah, bees are just not my.
Or do that whole thing with the
You're probably allergic to wasps too.
Well, I don't know.
Just a heads
I
up.
just know I
How
got
bad was it?
I got stung when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I got stung by something that came out of the ground. So I'm assuming that was yellow jack too. The whole arm, like Popeye. And then this time, a few months ago, I was weed whacking. I got zapped a few times in the leg, and now my heart rate got up because I started MF and everything,
Did it-
left and right. And I'm
Did
like,
it blow
"You
up?"
sons of bitches!" Oh, dude.
next thing you know, his face blew up
Yeah.
and he looked like the Elephant Man.
So you got an EpiPen now? I have one. I
Yeah.
carry around all the
Yeah.
time, especially when I'm
Yeah.
doing yards.
Old Otter had an adventure to the Benadryl
Yeah.
because things are starting to cave in.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, it was. And they weren't
I was
home.
at home, yeah.
Her and Pup weren't home,
Throat?
so it was like
No.
no. My breathing was fine and stuff like that, but I just started whiting out, like
Holy
couldn't see
hell.
shit. Yeah, because I got all amped
Like your
up.
blood pressure dropped all of a sudden.
I got all amped up and pissed off about it, and I was like, I'm gonna show you. And I went and I got like some 7
Guns?
dust.
Oh.
I thought about shooting
Yeah.
it because
Okay.
that's how I deal with problems.
I thought you were saying
Just doing, just shooting the bees, man.
The bees.
like a Bugs Bunny cartoon, he just jams the rifle barrel down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We thought about it. I was like, I'll show you, you assholes.
Yeah.
And then, so I got all amped up and screwing around and stuff like that. And then I'm dumping 7 dust on it and stuff. And then I start walking back through the yard. And like halfway through the yard, I'm like,
I think I inhaled 7 dust.
I don't feel good. Like my just everything felt tight. And I was like, ooh, I don't feel good. I'm gonna go inside, grab some Benadryl or whatever. And then I got like upstairs. I'm like up level of floors or whatever. And I went into the one like medicine cabinet just in case there was some Benadryl in there. And that's when it whited out. And I couldn't see anything. And I was like, all right.
Nice.
Benadryl's upstairs. Let's get to it. And Ann finally came home, and she was like, "You look like shit." And I was like, "Yeah, I took a couple Benadryls. I got hit with." She made me go to the Med Express, and they were like, "We're gonna get you set up with EpiPens." And I just remember on the news, I'm like, "I don't want any of that shit. They're like $600. I'm not doing it. But I'll
But
be fine."
EpiPen is,
Yeah.
but not.
I guess
generic.
they went generic or something like that, and she picked it up and she was like, it was $11. Quit bitching. And I was like, oh, okay.
Did you get 3 of them?
Yeah, a couple of them.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah,
couple
there's
of
like
the
3 in a kit or some
yeah,
shit like
two,
that.
2 in the kit or something. So I got those sitting around, but
You haven't used one yet, but I came close about, I guess in the spring. I don't know if I talked about this on the podcast or not. Anyway,
No.
I don't want to say something over again, but I went to the gas station. I was going to go fishing. You know, cool. And I get out of the gas station. I got worms. I got a drink. And I get in my car, and I felt this stinging. Like, what? I mean, like, in my hand, like, right here. And at the time, I had this, and I had, like, a long sleeve thermal on top. And I'm, like, looking at my arm. I was like, there's nothing here. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing. I mean, there's nothing. So then I started getting worse and worse and worse. I was like, what do I have, a scorpion under my freaking... And so I went out, I unlocked, got outside, took off the thermal and looked at my hand. I just saw this little red blip, and that was about it. Didn't see anything. And I got back in the car, and I had my thermal, like, I just put it down next to me, and I see this baby bee, like, half of my fingernail. Like, not even, I mean, it was, like, literally that big.
Wow.
Like, it was like a baby bee. And I thought, sweat bee.
Yeah.
I've been hit by sweat bees before. I don't think it was a sweat bee. Because, I mean, like, all of a sudden they hit me, and all of a sudden I start having a line start going up my freaking arm. And I'm like, oh, shit, he actually hit a vein. Like he hit it, like, perfectly. Then it started welting, and the welt, by the time I got to my spot, was probably about that big. Started off, like, not even, like, a baby, like a little bite, and it got about that raised.
yeah.
I'm like, holy hell, what is this, a killer bee? I mean, like, and honeybees I'm usually okay with, so I don't think it was a honeybee. I don't know if it was like a baby hornet or...
I've been stung a bunch of times
I was
by
like,
a bunch of
what?
things. It's just, I remember when I was a kid when it blew up, it came out of the ground, and I knew exactly where these little assholes came out of the ground too. And so I'm guessing that, like, what I'm allergic to is yellow jackets, because I've been stung by bees. I've been stung.
So you didn't see what stung you?
Yeah, I mean, I saw him. He was a little skinny bastard yellow jacket, but he came out of the ground.
Yeah, because
instead of being like.
Well, they
you know what I
also
mean, like-
they nest in ground.
Yeah,
They had
they're absolutely no use. They don't
wasps
bother.
are the
Just
worst
assholes.
too. Wasps, I'm highly allergic to wasps. I'm highly allergic to mud wasps because they're fuckers.
I've never been hit with a wasp, but I've been hit with all kinds of variations of bees.
I've told that story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a nightmare.
Well, I've learned a lot about bees today.
There you go.
So,
Dun, 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 dun.
yeah.
Or you know.
It's like
Pittsburgh Nerd. We're an educational podcast.
Yes.
Well,
it's like singles when they're watching the bee video.
Yeah.
Who was that? From Pearl Jam.
Oh,
Eddie Vedder.
Eddie Vedder, yeah.
You remember that from Singles, the movie?
I think I might have seen that movie once, and that was it. But I love Pearl Jam, so.
Anyway, Vedder was in Singles, and they were all stoned watching this
Except for that
nature
last
show
album,
about
it sucked.
bees. It was a great part.
Yeah. Underrated movie.
Singles?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever saw that.
I don't even know what it is.
I think I might have seen it a long time ago.
Oh, it's
Is
great.
Ben Stiller in it?
Never saw it either.
No, that.
I was thinking
Well,
that too,
it
actually.
Well,
Ben
Ryder.
Stiller was in it.
Yeah, it's like Ben Stiller, Winona Ryder. Singles had
Not Winona Ryder.
Matt
Matt
Dillon
Matt
and
Dillon.
Christian Slater.
No,
Bridget Fonda.
Bridget Fonda. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Those were the
Yeah,
main.
Definitely never saw
No, I
Yeah,
don't
but
think I
what's the
ever
one
saw
on
it.
Ryder Ben Stiller movie?
Oh,
it.
wow.
Something about Mary.
Yeah, I know Winona Ryder and Adam Sandler.
Yeah,
No,
no,
that was Mr.
not
Deeds.
that.
I don't
That's
know
Mr.
Ben
Deeds. Yeah.
Stiller.
Yeah, Singles was pretty good.
Yeah,
There
because
was
it
a
was
couple
like Ben
people.
Stiller
It
was
was
like
something
the
right around that
right,
same
because
vein.
Ben Stiller was like the straight laced guy, and there was the other guy who was like the
Was it Ethan Hawke?
grunge guy.
Ethan Hawke?
I think it was Ethan Hawke. Yeah.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, it was a total Gen X movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't
like they
Ethan
both
Hawke.
came out
That
at
was
the same
Reality
time.
Bites.
Reality
Yeah,
Bites.
Reality
Oh,
Bites.
yeah,
Yeah.
Reality
Yeah.
Bites.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
saw that.
I
That
cannot
was-
remember the
Winona
people
Ryder
that
was
were
in
in
that,
Singles.
right?
Yeah.
But I know
think
Dylan
so.
was in it,
I
and
saw
I
that
know
once, and I don't remember it.
Yeah,
Fonda
yeah.
was in it.
Yeah, Fonda was in it, and a bunch of like.
It was the first time I saw Alice in Chains
bunch-
live
yeah, a bunch
on
of
TV.
those.
Yeah.
I was
A bunch
like,
of this, yeah.
who is this?
This is Cameron Crowe.
instant
Yeah,
favorite.
it was a Cameron Crowe movie. Yeah.
It was a good movie.
I don't
Oh,
remember.
Kira Sedgwick was in it.
Really?
Really?
Yep.
God, I thought she was younger.
No, she's ancient.
Oh, not Kira Sedgwick. But I'm thinking of the.
She married Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, not her. I'm thinking of the other chick.
I don't know who you're
idea.
thinking of.
Kira Sedgwick.
Kira Knightley is who I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
And I swear the girl that. Do you remember Wayne's World?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Do you remember when Stacy the? I think she was in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wayne's
can't remember her
Wayne's
name.
ex-girlfriend who
From
like
Men in Black 2.
Yeah,
or-
she has the big neck brace and
Yeah.
Wayne's World.
Wayne. You don't remember that? Game on, game off. She comes rolling by.
yeah, she was rolling by on her bicycle.
I can't remember her name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I think she's in it too.
Not Tia Carrera.
And then like the
Oh,
dude
Tia
that was her
Carrera.
love interest was he was a big name too. I don't know. But anyway, it's a good movie for that time period. I guess.
Wait, which movie were we talking about?
Singles.
now?
Singles.
Singles.
Not reality
Bites.
bites.
I'm getting.
No.
Which is a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very
I
good
don't
movie. It's a very Gen
remember
X-y.
Sounds like it's the same movie, just two different.
It kind of does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because I don't think like
Oh.
Reality Bites was like she had to choose between like, because Stiller was like the straight laced like businessman. I have ambition and shit like that, and then Ethan Hawke was like
The artist guitar playing
Yeah.
bad guy.
Yeah.
And what was Singles about?
Well, I mean, Singles was about like Matt Dillon and like trying to hit big. I think Bridget Fonda was like in love with him. I can't remember precisely. It's been forever since I've watched it, but like it was just about like life at that time. It was more of like a life movie than it was like a
It was about all these people living in
Yeah.
an apartment building.
Yeah, I
They were
remember
all
the apartment
Okay.
building.
yeah.
like singles.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
bedroom
I
singles.
can't believe
And they were
anybody
single.
remembers any of this shit.
Like Rent.
By the way.
Not everyone
That's
has
what I was
AIDS.
gonna say.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Rent without the AIDS.
yeah, Rent Without the AIDS. Yeah, that's
No,
basically
it was
Singles.
actually a good movie. It was
Yeah.
definitely a Cameron Crowe.
And it had a killer soundtrack.
Classy.
Soundtrack was good.
Yeah,
So I would keep it.
I know.
that was the first time I ever heard the Screaming Trees. Was that soundtrack?
Oh, soundtracks probably.
Oh yeah, the soundtrack is awesome. I mean, if you're from that time period, it's like a time machine going back to like,
It has
oh
Wood,
shit.
Alice in Chains Wood.
Yeah.
It has Soundgarden.
Yeah, like the Soundgarden's on there, and I think Pearl Jam has a song
Outshine,
on there.
I think.
Seattle.
Yeah, Pearl Jam has State of Love and Trust.
Yeah,
Oh,
Is on that
that's
album.
definitely
That
coming.
one. I think
It's a good album.
yeah. As far as soundtracks go, again, that's probably an underrated soundtrack because
Yeah, it was a good soundtrack.
people kind of forget that movie, and I don't know. It's like one of those weird things.
Did you watch Movies That Make Us yet on Netflix, or at least some of them?
I have.
Not yet, no.
But so good. It's just like the Toys That Make Us. It's
Yeah,
the same thing.
The same
whatever.
thing, yeah.
That
like it too.
Ghostbusters
What's that?
one was good.
I like it too, but he doesn't.
Can't stand the
Stuart doesn't
narrator.
like it.
Yeah.
Really?
The narrator's a
It's
little.
so goofy. The presentation is like, oh, now we're gonna talk about this, and dude, it's like a morning show.
I think that's what
Yeah.
My hesitation has been. Like, I agree with like,
I'll get- I'll
like
give
I
you
watch the Toys That Make Us, and I'm like, man, this guy sucks.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you gotta get past that.
Yeah.
I
There's
feel
some
like they
good
do have some good information.
Yeah.
I was watching a horror movie.
I
once,
watched their
and-
3
I didn't watch
horror
any of the
movie
horror
ones
ones
in
yet,
a-
yeah.
And I
in
did
a
watch
row.
the Ghostbusters
They're
one
good.
because I love that's one of my favorite movies, and I was I never saw any of this stuff. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
really good information. But man, the presentation just throws me off.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
can't
It's a little
stand
odd,
it.
right?
Yeah,
It
just-
is.
It's like
so
you expect
goofy.
more, but it's not.
The Jurassic Park one, like that
Oh,
guy,
yeah.
that narrator is on display because there's this like, I'm a rebel animator from LucasArts and stuff like that. I wonder if Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks knows the guy.
Yeah.
He's in this Jurassic Park documentary and stuff like that, and the narrator is playing off this guy who's just like is like I'm a rogue animator. I do what I want, despite what George Lucas says, and it was just
Is
like
it Eric
so
Cartman?
weird.
Yeah.
I do what I want.
I'm gonna animate the shit out of this dinosaur, goddammit!
But the info I got out of that Ghostbusters thing was
Oh, it was
really
great.
It's
good.
really good.
It's just like God,
Yes.
I can barely watch it because
You
I
have to
can't
watch
take
the one.
the
There's
narrator.
Halloween,
I watched
Friday
that
the
one.
13th, and then there's Nightmare on Elm Street.
yeah.
All 3 are good.
I just didn't watch those ones.
It's
I know I
very-
watched Jurassic Park, Back to the Future, Ghostbusters, the Die Hard, because everyone's favorite Christmas movie.
Oh.
And
Fuck.
why wasn't it on your Patreon list, Stork?
We
did it
covered it
last
last
year.
year.
That's
It's
right.
sold.
It's not Christmas till Hans Gruber falls from Nakatomi Plaza.
You're damn right.
I just thought I like the show and I like the information that it spits out, but I don't like. I feel like it's just too fast. It's like
Oh,
slow
yeah.
the fuck
It's
down.
too slick.
I feel like I'm watching like Sesame Street.
Because it's the
You know
problem.
what I mean?
Like,
Like
they're
there's a
only
skit and then you're done.
they're only like a
There's
half
skit,
hour,
and
right?
it's-
Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
40 minutes.
Yeah,
They're not constrained, but they're
Yeah.
under an hour.
Like,
Like
it
maybe.
doesn't have to be super serious because it is a fun topic, like behind the scenes movie stuff. But it's just goofy. It's too goofy.
Yeah, you're waiting for hey, how you doing?
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
Bob. We're gonna talk about Jurassic Park.
Boing. Like who uses those? Like,
Yeah.
Who uses, I hate annoying sound effects.
Now it's time for Ira and the Douche.
Or you see some guy, like a real movie still, and their mouth goes.
Yeah.
Like they're talking and like
on
Yeah.
the league. No, I read douches from Parks and Rec,
Yeah, Parks and Rec.
It
Yeah,
was a good show.
but that was Nick Kroll.
yeah.
I love Nick.
She does.
Do you ever watch the Kroll Show?
Oh yeah.
Fucking phenomenal.
So Beaver's gonna go home and watch all these movies.
Yeah, so you will like them.
We're publicity. That was my favorite.
Publicity.
I mean,
And she had a drink like this.
She didn't
I felt-
feel like
I fell in love with Nick Kroll watching The League. Like, that's why I was like, this motherfucker's pretty funny.
Yeah, we never finished the league. We were
No,
just
it's
talking about
really
it the other
good,
night,
though.
like, because it's
So
on
good,
like
yeah.
Hulu or something.
Hulu,
We
yeah.
gotta start watching that over again.
Yeah, we never started it.
Oh,
What is it?
I think you would love it.
Like four friends that are in like fantasy football together, and craziness ensues.
Yeah, I mean, it's a raunchy comedy. Like
great.
the fantasy football is just a backdrop for like the stupidity that these people get into.
Okay.
And it's just tremendously funny.
So you don't have to care about football.
No,
No.
no, you
Okay.
don't.
No.
Yeah, it's funny without that background.
Because I don't care.
We're all aware of that.
Nobody cares for football anymore since Sean won't ever get the fantasy football league back up and running.
Oh, you had a fantasy football
We
league?
did. We had one, yes.
We did. Since Dad's not here to
Yeah,
bring it
since
up.
Thad's not here to punch me in the balls with that one. Thanks a lot. Anytime you're ready to run that league yourself, you go right ahead, my friend.
We did that a couple times.
Let's do it. Like next.
How hard is it?
Literally, Peacock, you set up the roles.
Yeah.
You set up a draft date, and then you let it ride.
Yeah.
Can you do it online?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's all online.
It's all
I don't know anything
online.
about
It's all
football,
on Yahoo.
but I'll do it.
I know
Yeah,
very.
Peacock just
very-
volunteered. She's
Peacock
running
just
it.
I
volunteered.
don't want to be in it, but I'll just watch. I'll watch
She'll be-
all of you
One
get
year, I
upset.
beat him by like 1/10 of a point.
Tenth of a point.
Amazing.
It was like a pass at the end of
Yeah.
the game
Yeah.
for garbage, like 3 yards, and
Yeah.
put her wide receiver over the points in the championship game, and she beat me by like 1/10 of a point. And I vowed I was never going to be part of that league again because it was like, you shouldn't use the number pi to figure out the score of a fucking football game. And like it got to the point where
Oh,
everything was.
I'm hearing
Yeah.
excuses.
So salty.
Excuses.
I know.
Excuses.
Just yeah.
And then I had to wear that stupid vest.
Yeah.
What vest?
We
You
had
loved
like
it.
a little crocheted
Are there-
patchwork vest.
Are you
Oh.
naked? Are you naked when you wear
And the
this
loser,
vest?
the loser had to wear the vest for Sunday Fun Day
Yeah.
while we were watching football and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Oh,
It's
you're
awesome.
only in
It's
your
like a
house.
macrame like
Bare-chested.
Steeler,
Were you
like
only
Yeah,
in
tell me
your
you're bare
house?
chested.
Yeah, it
wearing
was only in our
this
house. It
vest.
wasn't like we went out
Yeah.
like
with our
to-
friends.
We should have like gone out to like a.
Yeah, you have to go out
Twin
with
Oaks.
your thing. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I have
I
no
think I
shame.
gave it
I would have
away.
gone. I don't care.
It's in some Goodwill in Arizona now. Like someone owns it, and someone wears.
No,
Pride
no one
now.
bought it. It's still
It's
still there.
Yeah, it's like on a mannequin there.
Yeah.
Ton of mannequin.
Some sand people bought that at the Goodwill in Tatooine. And they're like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. This fantasy football sounds fun to me. Sean.
It is next
Yeah,
season.
there's a lot of
it's
trash
all-
talking, which is
Yeah,
nice.
the other problem with that is like it goes back to like my addictive personality that I have,
Okay.
where if I go back into fantasy football, like I'm gonna go hardcore into it. Where
You're
like,
gonna like rage.
Next thing
Well,
you'll be
no.
back on the crack.
well, yeah, I'll be back on the crack. Like,
Fantasy
find that
football leads to
trophy,
the glass
too.
dick every time.
Yeah.
We gotta find that trophy too.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a trophy?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have a
we
trophy.
put Wolverines on it.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
But, like-
but who? Nobody can have the trophy because you don't have fantasy football. What the hell?
Well, I don't have the trophy.
Who won it?
Jim last time?
Jim last time, I
So
think.
Jim has it.
Yeah, he should.
Well, that's
Or no,
trophy might
Randy.
be-
Was it Randy?
I don't know.
I don't know.
There was a couple relatives.
We
that
did
were
not
outside
ship
of
it to
the-
Colorado.
Yeah.
I can tell you that.
Okay. I thought maybe you gave it to him one time when he came down.
Maybe I did.
Yeah. But the only thing I remember is
I have.
Well, we're gonna need a new trophy.
okay.
That's
But-
the first thing on the list.
Like
I
the,
won
the
one
next
year.
the next thing I know, I'm like subscribing to like fantasy football podcasts. I'm gonna be like late nights in front of my computer, just like
That's your
crunching
problem, not
numbers.
ours.
It's
You know,
it's
it
not
sounds
that
like a
big,
lot
it's
of
not
shit.
that big
Still
a deal.
loses.
It's
Still
okay.
loses.
Yeah,
Too
nobody
much
else
in your
takes it
head,
that
and then,
serious.
like,
So listen,
But-
listen.
but I'm a
Keeps you in
dick.
NFL football.
But
though.
you
I
did
I will
all
tell
of
you,
that.
no, I am a
watch
dick
everything.
when it comes to shit like that.
I don't pay attention to football anymore now.
You
that I
did
don't
all
do
of
anything.
this,
I'm not in
yet
any
you don't
fantasy,
have the
don't pay
trophy.
attention. Don't give a
Right,
shit.
exactly.
So don't
Which is
worry about it next time.
which
I mean,
also
it's-
annoys the shit out of me that I never won the trophy.
Oh,
Well, now's
Like-
your chance.
Like,
you
like
met-
people who like casually watch like ESPN and like listen to whatever Stephen A. Smith has to say. They win the fucking trophy. Not Sean. Not Sean.
I know.
Like,
I don't even know who Stephen A. Smith
She kept
is.
thinking
The whole
she kept
season
thinking
is
Matthew
painful.
Stafford
You're
because
better
he was
off for
dope
it.
faced.
Yeah. My team name was like Matthew Stafford's Dope Faces.
Oh.
Nice.
It was, yeah. And somehow I
Oh, you had some good
was like
names.
a
I remember
mastermind
that.
behind
Yeah.
like fantasy football.
it's like that whole like scene from Moneyball where like they're like, oh well, he can't be that good. His girlfriend's only a 6. Like they're rating the guy like, oh, what's his potential of being a Major League Baseball player based on the looks of his girlfriend? Ugly girlfriend means no confidence. Fuck. That's what I'm going up against.
I saw. Never mind.
No, go ahead.
No,
Do tell.
no, I was letting you finish. There
I'm-
needed to be a
I'm-
pause there because you were getting very excited.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what the Moneyball reference means, to be honest.
You never saw Moneyball?
I did.
There- But like it's like okay, like I do like all this like deep dive research when I get into
Okay,
fantasy
yeah.
football, and somebody comes along and just says, "Oh well, I know this guy because he's got a hot
Yeah.
girlfriend on Instagram, so I'm picking him," and they win the league.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's how you
me.
Yeah, it's fucking you. It's
That's
like-
how I won.
She's like,
it works.
ta-da!
It works
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah. She's gonna Ric Flair strut across and chop me now, like
Even when I go to games, I'd sit there and watch their feed. And I'm like, oh shit, and then get on my phone and look. And
Yeah.
It's like
You're
addicting.
rooting against the home team because
Nah, I
you
don't
have a player.
do that. I always end
People
up
do
picking
that,
up
though.
a
It's like,
Steeler though,
What the?
for some
yeah.
reason.
I don't
Sort of
care.
life.
that
I was
much.
always pretty good at like delineating it away, like you know what I mean. Like I'd have a Raven on my team or something like that, and I'd be like, but it still like wouldn't care that much.
I wouldn't pay attention.
But there's nothing better than
I'd fill out my draft, my team every week, and I wouldn't. Like
Sometimes you
Tuesday,
forget
I'd be like,
to do your
well,
team.
how'd I do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I never really paid too much. I mean, I wasn't too crazy like that into it. But I love throwing like now that like sport betting is legal. I love going like I really can't stand X, Y, and Z. I'm gonna bet for them. Like in the Super Bowl, so I'll throw $10 on there, and that way they lose. I'm only out $10, and I got the satisfaction if they didn't. And if they win, shit, I won $12.
Last game I went to, these Bears fans killed me. Absolutely killed me. Right in front of me. And they were
Chicago fans as a whole suck. I'm sorry if anybody's listening from Chicago. I'm sorry, but like Cubs fans are the fucking worst. I can't even imagine what Bears fans are.
well.
Like.
They were actually really cool. They weren't that bad, but they were getting heckled, right? Because you're at a game.
Yeah.
And they're like right in front. I mean, like there's like the wall on that 500 level, and they are like literally the first seats on that wall. So when they stand up, like the whole back section can see them. You know what I mean? And so the Bears would do something, and they were good sports about everything. And at one point, that's why it was so embarrassing that they almost won that game. But at one point, because somebody was heckling, I was like, "Bears suck," and they were like getting all over his shit. Yeah, no, I know, but I mean that's what they were doing.
Good point. I'm done being a fan of these.
It's exactly what they said. They were like, "We know we suck." Yeah. They were like two
We're here
50-year-old
on a
men.
vacation.
2 50-year-old men, and they're like, "We know, believe me." look at this game. You know, it's when we were doing
Yeah.
okay. But at one point, the drunker they got, I mean, they got more funny. But at one point, this dude was so lit. Right in the front, Bears are coming back, and he grabs that terrible towel and throws it right into his crotch and starts doing one of those. And I'm like,
That's the end.
That's a classic move.
That's the
and I'm like,
That's
dude.
not gonna work.
Don't
I was like, number one, I put my hand, I was like, dude, you were in the wrong place to do this. And his friend was like, moved 3 seats down.
Yeah.
No, really. He was like, I can't associate myself with that.
Yeah.
Because it was like, that is such bad
Yeah,
form.
you just don't disrespect the towel.
I mean, like, it's not just the towel. It's not even coming from his
People have
tip.
ended up paralyzed from this.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, you're going to get thrown off the...
Yeah.
You're going to get thrown off the...
Yeah.
Where we're at.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
too high up for this. Gravity's not going to be your friend.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
like sitting, like, literally right there. That's where he's sitting. And
Yeah.
he's right in front of me. I'm like, oh my God, dude, fucking stop. Stop drinking.
Yeah.
Because every time they got up, he brought 3 back.
You missed it because you were live. You were at the game.
Solid move.
But like right in the overtime, the national announcer at one point when that last it was the fumble. I think Freed, what's his name? Muth.
Yeah.
He fumbles that one or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
and in the middle of the overtime, and the national announcer goes, "Is anyone trying to win this football game?"
Right.
That's
That's exactly what was going through my head.
I was just dying. I was like, "Oh my!" They're always sugarcoating, like, "Well, this one's a well-fought one." And then this guy was like, "Can any of you assholes pull your heads out of here?"
Was that the Bears game or was that the Lions game?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're
Yeah.
right. No. That was the Lions game.
Yeah.
not the Bears game.
Yeah, because
Sorry,
that was the
sorry.
one that nobody wanted to win.
Yes. I'm sorry. That was the
Yeah.
Lions.
Well, the Bears game was pretty bad, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
But now
like-
they got like no home games for the rest of the season. So. Like it's been nothing but home games
Yeah.
all first half of the season. Now they only got 3 more left for the rest
Yeah.
of the season. So
No, I mean Ben's supposed to play tomorrow, and I still have no faith in that team.
Who are they playing?
San Diego, or no,
Yeah.
LA, no, the Chargers.
yes. Wells,
Sure.
vagina.
Yeah, they play the Chargers tomorrow.
They played
Prime
Cincy
time.
for some reason.
San Diego is German for Wells, vagina. Why are you looking at me like that, Peacock?
Oh, I wasn't.
German for Bills and China.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think that's true.
Oh, agree to disagree.
Very good.
Thank
We
you.
agree to
Sound
disagree.
like a
Yeah.
Now go back to your
Home on Whore Island.
I'm just enjoying
I'm on
my.
Whore Island.
I'm just enjoying my.
you
slushy
pirate
on
hooker.
Did you just call me a pirate hooker?
With your horse mouth.
Are you?
I could quit Anchorman all day.
What's going on right now?
No, I don't. I'm
You're out of your element, Peacock.
I am. Because
I know.
It's
I
all
could
about,
quit Anchorman
it's
all
all
day.
about football, and I'm.
That was a kid on the horse mouth, but it had to.
Oh, did you say that to me?
Yeah.
I didn't even catch it.
Yeah.
Oh, I expect
Was it
more
true?
from you.
I love Anchorman. Not 2, but 1. 1 was so good.
2 has that
Two's not that
fantastic
bad. I
line
never
that you
saw
bad.
died.
There's like a line in there that killed me.
What are you doing up there, Maria?
There's like-
Eating tacos?
There's a couple lines that are good, but as a whole, that movie is.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah, the first one was much better.
The first one's so good.
First time I saw it, I hated it. Second time
The,
I watched it,
really?
I loved
The
it.
first
Yeah.
one?
Second
Yeah,
time I
she
watched it,
hated it.
I loved it.
Did you ever watch? I never watched it.
Is it that bad?
Did you watch that Muppet movie, the adult Muppet movie?
Yeah.
Was it good?
No.
No.
Was it that
what
bad?
was it called?
Oh, it was
It's not Muppets. It's,
No, I know what you're talking
It is the
about.
Muppets. It's a Henson production.
It's a Henson
Yeah,
production,
but
yeah,
it's
but
not-
it's not the Muppet.
not
It's
like
not.
Muppet.
Melissa
Adult
McCarthy
Muppets.
was in it.
Yeah, Melissa McCarthy was in it.
I love them.
Oh, the
I never
Happy Time
saw
Murders.
it.
Happy
Oh,
Time
yes,
Murders.
that's
Yeah,
right.
the Happy
That's
Time
it.
Murders. Yeah,
Is it good?
it's
never
okay.
watched it.
I laughed my ass off at it because
Yeah.
there's some funny shit in it,
That's it.
but like for the most part, it's a bad movie.
Is it?
Yeah, but it's still pretty damn funny. Like I,
It's not horrible.
but
How
I'm
was
just a
the
sick fuck like
puppetry?
that. Oh, it was puppetry was amazing.
When
Did
that
they have-
when
It
that
totally
hooker
mattered
when
who
that
had
hooker
the hand up
when
there.
that hooker
Did
puppet
did they have the soul?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There was
Of the
definitely some.
Muppet.
Yeah.
when that hooker puppet said, "Hey, how about some dirty cotton?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, we gotta watch it. We've never seen it.
I want to see
Happy
it.
Time Murders.
Happy
Remember
Time Murders.
Melissa
Yeah.
McCarthy, the Muppet movie where it was like
Oh,
she was
well,
infected
it's
or
not
something
fun
like
to
that.
watch by yourself.
And then there was that sex scene too that I
With
I don't know how we saw that as a preview.
I don't. Yeah, when he.
Oh yeah, it was like a Red Band preview where
Yeah,
it's like silly
Like
string.
there was
silly
fucking
string everywhere. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, there's a scene where
Did you see it?
No,
silly
that's
string
not.
against the wall, and like his secretary just like pulls out some Windex and puts them.
Okay.
It's like
Oh.
it's like
And you can hear it. It's like, oh, like you just see it, and it stops. Like,
She loves it. I'm into it.
it
Eva
stops.
wants
Nice.
to see it. Eva.
He stops for a second, then he's like, there's more silly string.
she's like, I'm going to Michael's tonight.
She's laughing at the description of it. I've seen it.
No.
Yeah, me and Eva need
Yeah,
to see
let's
it.
watch it.
Okay.
We'll do
Yeah.
commentary.
Happy Time Murders.
Yeah, I can't remember what the
History
fuck.
Science.
Scene by scene.
Like,
Yeah.
they were like snorting pixie sticks or some shit, and like Melissa McCarthy like almost ODs on it. Like, oh, it's tremendous.
Really?
Oh yeah,
It's a bad movie, but it's fun.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Like yeah. I mean, you have to have, and everybody at this table kind of does have a pretty raunchy sense of humor to enjoy it.
No, I don't.
No, because you're
You're
I'm
stick in the
prude.
mud.
Yeah.
Likes you.
No, I really don't. I don't.
you're
I don't go
above
with
all
it.
that.
He
Yeah, I
hates
kind of
it.
am.
He kind of is. He's,
Star Trek fans.
Yeah. That's like I recommended Archer to him, and he refuses to watch it because it's like I don't want to see James Bond get made fun of. Well, I
How
mean,
dare you?
how dare you make fun of spy
I never
movies?
watched Archer either.
But Archer's hysterical.
Except for the coma seasons. Are
Yeah.
kinda-
Yeah,
But I
those-
guess he's out of it. I didn't watch
yeah,
the
he
last
is.
couple.
But
I don't like adult animation unless it's like,
Warren
DC.
Beatty.
that kind.
Superheroes?
Yeah, superhero. Yeah, like
yeah.
Long Halloween or something like that. Yeah, I just don't care about
I
it.
don't like adult cartoons unless
Like
they're
Rick and
adult.
Morty has no interest for me.
Heavy Metal was not a good movie to you then.
I saw pieces of it as a kid. And I don't care because I don't like music either. So.
he doesn't like anything.
How?
Look, people only deal with him to hang out with Peacock.
Right, apparently.
Why?
That's it. People only deal with him
You
to hang out
know,
with Peacock.
sometimes you make choices in life, and you wonder why you made those
I-
choices.
As
Sure.
But then sometimes
As she downs her Lou's brew.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good choice.
No wonder you've got so much alcohol in that cabinet.
I don't
know,
like
it's-
anything. Man,
No,
man, man.
everything sucks.
Yeah.
No, I like what I like, but
He's a
you know, I
nihilist.
don't.
He's an nihilist. That sounds exhausting.
It sounds exhausting.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't explain it.
I feel bad because I mean, like,
Hey,
no,
stick in the mud. It's very easy.
I get it because like I'm the guy who refuses to watch Hamilton, so like I respect that
Sean.
decision.
Well, that's just you're just terrible then.
What the hell is
I
wrong?
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
But I
everybody
didn't
does.
see it on the.
She
you
made
know,
me
the
watch
stage.
it.
I
It
got
wasn't-
after him like twice about it, and the
It's
third time he was like,
I saw it on TV.
He makes you watch.
He's like-
he gets you to watch everything. One thing you want him to watch, and he's like, nope.
I know.
Oh, I wonder what that's like. I wonder what that's
good.
like.
It's really good. And I had no interest in it, Ian. I was like, this is
Stupid.
And also, it had that thing that I hate, where everybody loves something before I see it, and I'm just like, fuck that. I've seen it. So
Yeah, right.
it's
And
not
this
for me.
other thing you hate,
But-
where it's old timey stuff, but
I-
it's like modern music.
Yeah, I don't like
you hate that.
Like Baz Luhrmann. I don't like Baz Luhrmann stuff because like you're putting modern things into old timey stuff. That rubs me the wrong way.
Well, you suck ass.
But the moral of the
You
story
mean
is
like
he
Moulin
likes
Rouge?
Hamilton.
Moulin Rouge, yes.
He likes Hamilton.
I did like Hamilton.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Awesome.
It was fun.
Did you see it?
Even Tim liked it.
I know. It made me watch it. I was like, oh, Christ, fine, whatever. But like, I'm not gonna beat up Sean for not watching it because fuck it.
I didn't
watched
beat
it
him
like
up.
5
I never
times.
beat him up about not
No.
watching.
I'll beat you up for not watching it. I mean, you probably.
I wouldn't do that.
You know.
Look, my taste in musicals is finite. It's
Okay,
very
what-
limited.
what
But
do
you
you
like
like?
Baz
What
Luhrmann.
else?
You like
Like-
this.
Nothing.
Okay,
What musicals do you like?
Yeah.
The Music Man.
Okay.
But it-
76 trombones.
yeah, I'm right there.
Alright.
Said bone.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's
There's
her
trouble
name?
right here in River City.
Shirley
that starts
Jones.
with
That's
a
right.
T, rhymes with P, and that stands for pull.
Shirley
Stands for
Jones.
pool.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
what's his
Marion
name
the
from The Last
Librarian.
Starfighter?
yeah. Victor
Never saw it.
Victoria.
You never saw The Last Starfighter?
No.
Jesus.
Victor Victoria through Ages.
Here and now. and-
And
John, can you get the fire hose, Sean?
Grease 1 and 2.
Oh, I know you
too.
like Grease. Oh,
don't
that
get
the
him started.
worst?
Oh my God! There's like 5 people in the U.S.
I've never
and
seen
one
either of
person
them.
like in India that has seen Grease 2.
Oh, don't get him started on
Grease
Grease.
2, it's so shitty.
It's
Let's
the worst.
bowl, let's
No,
bowl,
it's the
let's rock and roll.
Ugh.
Yeah, I'm right there.
Even like Michelle Pfeiffer is like,
The worst.
please
I'm
let me
not-
forget that part of my career.
I'll be your girl for all
let me
seasons.
erase
Okay,
that
wait.
from my life.
So you think Grease 2 is
2.
more worth watching than Hamilton?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. God.
Sean.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Like I'm even.
And what's his name from T.J. Hooker was terrible.
Yeah.
In his defense, there's at least
Captain
other
Kirk?
fans in this movie, right?
Well, I mean, like here's the thing. Like, I'm not gonna defend.
35-year-old teenagers.
I'm not gonna defend Grease 2 as a good movie because it's not. But like, it's fun. I enjoy it. You know, but it's trash.
Yes.
You know.
I want a sound clip.
One of those
that
is
entire
right.
little sentence that you just said.
It's trash.
So
I'm gonna cut it.
Anytime that I like you too much, I can
Grease
re-listen to
2.
that.
It's trash.
Like, look, I'm the first to admit I've got
Can you edit
shitty.
this for me, please?
I'm the first to admit I have shitty taste in some things. Like, you know, the Flash Gordon movie. It's
Yeah.
one of my all-time favorites. You know,
Yeah.
it's a horrible movie. Buckaroo Banzai. Buckaroo Banzai is an awful movie,
Yeah, it is.
but I will watch it religiously.
hate
Yeah, but
musicals.
those aren't going out on any kind of limb. There's thousands and thousands of people that are right with you that
Speaking
like,
of
hey, that's
old
garbage
time,
movies
look at this.
to watch over and over again. Like
Right.
Grease
I love
2,
that
you're
Daffy.
going out on
favorite.
you're on your own cliff on that one, and it's enjoyable that you don't
And
know
yet
two
you
shits
won't
about.
watch Hamilton.
Because it's of no interest. I have no interest in watching a musical
Now-
about the guy who founded the U.S. banking system.
It's
Who
more-
gives a flying
Now-
fuck?
It's more than
Lots
that.
of
That's
people.
barely anything to do with it.
I think
but-
it's become a thing where now you're just refusing to watch it.
No,
because-
I have no interest in it.
You're totally being a stork right now, Sean.
I'm not.
Don't be a stork, Sean. Don't be a stork. Be
Okay.
a peacock.
But it's just, it's that thing of
Be a
like,
beaver.
Yes, actually be a beaver.
Wow. Sean, be a beaver.
it's just that thing of like,
You
Live life.
I refuse.
filthy beaver.
Like if I have no interest in it,
no
why am I gonna
reality.
hate watching?
Yeah.
yeah, that's exactly it.
I love to hate
Maybe you
watching.
will try. You'll go in hate watching it, but you'll come out love watching it.
I'm doubting it.
I'm so out. I'm staying out of this one.
King George is funny.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Steals it like 3
Amazing.
minutes of screen time.
Amazing.
Or whatever, like, steals
Yes.
it. I love that guy.
He'll never watch it.
I
I
don't
won't.
know.
It's okay, kids.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
become like a thing. You can't do it because you know.
It's just my Twitter
At,
battle
thi-
with him.
at this point,
Yeah.
it's my Titanic.
I never saw Titanic.
I've
either.
seen it.
I mean, there's all these people who like take pride in the fact they've never seen Titanic. I'll go to my grave. I've never watched Hamilton.
Wow, you can put that on the tombstone, and people
I
will be
will.
like,
I've been
wow,
trying to.
look at this guy.
I've been trying to get him to watch this
What an
series,
asshole.
this British series for years.
Which one?
Misfits. I've been trying to get him
Yeah,
to watch
I've
that
been
for
trying.
years.
I always forget about it.
I don't know it.
It's
It's a series.
British.
television.
Yeah.
It's really good though.
Oh, is that the one with the dude? Oh,
Like Gem and the Holograms and the Misfits.
no.
Nah,
Oh, Gem.
not that cool.
Gem is excitement.
Miss
Touches her
Yeah.
earring.
Ooh,
Mischief.
Gem.
It's
We're
like-
making mischief.
it's like a bunch of these-
Making
We are the
mischief.
Misfits.
It's like a bunch of these
Yeah,
kids
They get it.
Yes.
that are like in
I
like
used to have those
detention on the
cassettes.
weekends,
Oh, me too.
and they have to do
Me
community
too.
service at like
Ew.
so place.
It's like Breakfast Club and
Sort of
Britain.
very similar, right? And then all of a sudden, like they're all in orange suits and shit, and then like something happens, like comet lands or in outer space or electric or something weird. Something weird happens, and they all get special powers.
Ew.
And so they have to deal with it's them dealing with those powers, and it's funny and raunchy, and, but somebody can come back to life, or somebody has the power to read your mind, or another person has this ability. Some people can travel through time, and so the main thing interesting in it is what's his name is in it from
Ramsey Bolton.
Bolton.
Oh.
And the
Oh, so
guy,
it's-
what's the other guy's name?
So it's
in the
recent.
first 2 seasons. Do you have it up?
Yeah, I got it up.
What's
Curtis
the-
Donovan?
Let me see.
Or
Yeah, I want to say it's like from 2015.
Okay.
yeah, it's,
Maybe for
it's like
2 or 3
09.
seasons.
It
Yeah.
says.
Him.
The Misfits.
Robert Sheehan.
Was that
He's in it,
guy
too.
from Umbrella Academy?
Yeah, Umbrella Academy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love him.
So those two are in it, which make actually looking back makes it a little bit more interesting just to see the two actors in those roles. But Sheehan's amazing, but he's only in it for
Something
2
German.
seasons.
Yeah.
Fritz.
But so is Bolton, whatever his name is.
And
He's
you won't watch
phenomenal.
this either.
No, it's not that I won't watch it. It's like
Sounds
it's
delightful.
It does.
It's a
It
good
sounds
show.
really
It
good.
really is. It's actually.
It's just I forget about it. That I forget about. Like, and he'll bring it up. I'll
Because
say,
you're busy
okay.
watching Battlestar Galactica.
For the 10th time.
10th time.
So say we all.
Or
I never finished it.
it's the other one, Stargate.
No, Stargate is what I really
No,
meant to make fun
well,
of.
I had never. hold on. In my defense, I had never watched Stargate, so that was a first time
and
viewing.
yet you lived.
I did.
Wow.
But I wanted to watch it. That was like one of those things I said I wanted to
But
see.
have you really lived until you've seen Hamilton? That's the question.
Brains
that.
Yeah, I feel
attached to
I feel pretty comfortable there.
Something they can never do.
You'll live through life. My kid loves it. Loves it. Loves
good.
Hamilton.
Oh.
We have the albums.
Really?
Yeah.
She's seen it
There's
twice
multiple
live.
albums?
Oh yeah, it's a whole. You
I've
know,
seen it live. I've never seen it live.
She's seen it live. I haven't.
Yeah, I remember like
You know,
her.
like
I came to
family,
Pittsburgh
I
a couple
like
years
it.
ago.
Yeah.
Like, I remember
I'm like
her
a
and Lisa
history
went to like
buff.
Cleveland or
And
something.
I haven't
to
even
see
seen
it.
it live, but they won
really
tickets. She saw it in New York, and she saw
you
it
were
in
in
New
York.
York.
Tried to get
It was
tickets.
like in that.
I asked her, didn't she go to like Cleveland to see it
Oh,
or
it's
some shit?
coming
In
again
New York.
in February.
Oh, okay, New York.
She won the lottery twice.
Oh, don't we know somebody with season tickets?
It's me. It's me.
Season tickets
I
for
have
what?
a ticket for myself.
Yeah.
Take that one. And then
Yeah,
For
we'll, go
what?
we'll,
drink
we'll be across
downtown.
the street at the
Hamilton.
cocaine dealer's place.
It's coming to Pittsburgh in February, I think.
I think the last one I saw down there was the last musical I saw was probably Kinky Boots.
Oh, it's so good too.
Did you
That
see
was
Billy
with-
Porter?
That's the Billy
Yeah,
Porter show.
that was
I
good.
we saw that too.
It was great,
Yeah,
right?
he was
So
so
good.
good.
Yeah.
That was like, I mean,
And now I'm Team Sean.
you like felt you felt
Now
like
I'm
you
Team
were
Sean.
seeing on
Yeah.
Broadway. Like it
Yeah,
was that
it was,
good.
Kinky Boots
it
was
was
a
like a
really
Broadway
good show.
show. Yeah, it was a
So
Broadway
good.
show, basically in Pittsburgh.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was amazing.
yeah, he was so good. Yeah.
Sean's like, and this
He's
is
that
not the
dude.
Pittsburgh nerd.
No, this is great. I'm glad you guys have
You
like.
know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
That's what the show is about. I mean, it's great, but it's like I've never seen a play live.
Sean.
I didn't
missing
until a
out
couple
on
years
life.
ago.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting
Really?
experience.
You've
Yeah.
not?
They got booze and intermissions. It's like going to a movie, but you can take a pee break and get
But-
booze.
I don't drink.
You
Well,
can
they
get
have
a
snacks,
pee break.
though.
You can get a pee break.
Red vines.
You, sir, are fucked.
No, but it is an experience because you're basically watching a movie or TV show live, and you see the people, and it's
There's always a
it-
chance they'll fart.
Yeah.
yeah. It's, well done.
Like-
You've captured the theater.
Yeah, sums it up.
No,
That's
it-
what
there's
everyone
just
in the
something
theater is
about
always
it, like,
waiting for.
because
is
they
that,
look
yes.
into the crowd and you feel like
Tell me you
some
didn't think
of the
about
time
it.
they're looking at you and they're talking to you almost. It's a totally different experience from watching a movie and a TV show, and it's something that I would never be interested in, but Peacock drugged me to.
I go
and it is
all the time.
It is a cool experience.
Love
like
it.
it's not
Yeah.
depending on the show, it's not always for me.
Sometimes it's not good.
I've
But,
seen Rent twice.
oh, Rent is
there.
I
so
saw Jersey Boy.
good.
Jersey
But that
Boys I liked
Yeah.
because it's just
One show I did not like was Cats.
Oh, Cats is so
yeah.
weird.
I didn't even
No.
see it.
And we were on
So-
balcony
I
for
want to
that.
see the
It's
South Park one.
weird.
What's that one?
And we were just like,
It's
Oh, the
weird.
Mormon
Book of
one.
Mormon.
Yeah,
I would
I
like
didn't
to see
like it, but
Cats was
she liked it.
I wanna
it's
see
just
that.
getting too furry-ish for me. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, you
I
got
can
the
see
thing.
that.
And then like I was sitting in the
They come
Uh,
out into the. Did they come out into the
A little bit.
area where you sit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that.
well, I was in balcony.
Please stay away from me.
Yeah,
And it was
Your cat butt.
spraying
and I
water
was-
on them.
I think that was at Heinz Hall. I think that was at Heinz Hall. And that's when my knees got crushed.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
Yeah,
literally there
because
was
of the tight,
indents
tiny
in my
seats,
knees.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
because I
Heinz
was-
Hall is like.
The worst. I know.
Yeah.
And so when we
It was
went,
built in 1800, never renovated.
Yeah.
yeah, but my knees were. I mean, it was painful. Like, and you can't get up. You just have to sit there and suffer. I think eventually I took my blazer off and I put it like on my knees because it was painful. And then for the second show we saw at Heinz, I think this was a long time ago. I mean, my twins were babies. Was Rent, and I was like, shell out the extra $100. We're sitting down. We're sitting down. I was like, I cannot sit in this balcony again.
Let's
and
get
that
close
was
to the
great.
AIDS.
But that's, I mean, I had
Look, you gotta
I
be
had plenty of
close.
leg room, and it was
Be
perfect.
close. It's so much different. It's so much better
Rent's a good
experience
show.
if you're.
My
Rent
first
is
live
awesome.
performance was
Rent is
Paw
like,
Patrol Live.
That's the movie I was gonna tell him. Well, not that you care. He probably
I
won't
laughed,
watch
I
it.
cried.
What, Hotel Rwanda?
Tick Tick Boom.
Oh, yeah, no,
watched
I have no
that
interest in
yet.
that.
Is
Yeah,
it good?
it just came out. No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, yeah, I haven't
But that's
watched it
Andrew
either.
Garfield.
Yeah, it's Andrew Garfield, yeah.
It looks just like Larson.
Yeah,
Weird.
I know it is weird.
I think I would enjoy going to see a play and not a musical.
I don't know.
Like something by Tennessee Williams.
Like maybe going to see like a Cat on a Hot Tin Roof would be interesting. You know what I mean? Like that.
You've literally never been to the theater.
No,
You should.
Not once.
I think what in.
Come on, you had to have gone through school or something.
Yeah, I think one
like a
time.
school play.
One time there was a time like they took us. I think I was in 5th grade, where like we went down to Heinz Hall and like the orchestra did like but it was like a. It wasn't like a regular performance. It was like an educational thing where like the conductor was talking about the evolution of the orchestra, and that's why. But I mean,
educational and boring, basically, right?
Yeah, I mean,
No,
but I mean, like
you need to see something fun.
I mean, like going to something like that, I would much rather like I have thought about going to like seeing like
John Williams,
like a John Williams thing,
Yeah, I would
or
like
they
that.
do that.
I-
They do the orchestra.
I have seen like where like
Pittsburgh Orchestra does
like the
that.
music from like Nintendo.
Yes.
That would be kind of interesting.
Legend
I'm
of
not a
Zelda,
Nintendo
they had
fanboy.
the-
Yeah.
they had
Like
the-
it had a whole performance with like the video board and stuff. But like overall, like no, I've never like other than that one time, which like I don't judge the theater based upon that one time.
I would recommend trying because it's something I never cared about, but seeing it has to be what something you're a little bit interested into.
Right. And that's the problem. Like most of the time, musicals are not about something that I'm interested in.
But you like
maybe
Music Man. What if
Music
Music
Man comes to
came?
town. Check it out.
I might go see Music Man.
Yeah.
Like, that would probably be like, and I have to think about that because like the reason I love the Music Man is that
Robert Preston.
Robert Preston version. I love Robert Preston.
Right.
Victor Victoria also has Robert Preston in it.
Okay.
So like there's, and then he's in The Last Starfighter.
We've had a lot of
And
shit.
he might fart on stage.
Yeah, and if you might.
Are you still on that?
Shirley Jones is actually in The Music Man as well.
Yeah, Shirley Jones in the music, and
Shirley Jones dead.
Oh my
Are you gonna
god!
start that again?
Yeah,
just like Michael Winslow, right?
I think she is.
I just won $10 off of Beaver because she bet me that Michael Winslow from Police Academy fame is dead.
wow. What do
So
you think?
now-
Like OD'd on coke?
She won't listen to Wikipedia. She won't listen to IMDb. So now
she thought it was
I've got to
Tackleberry,
pay. I got to
think.
pay for a
Apparently
cameo
he's alive.
to get Michael Winslow to call her ass so that I can win my $10 bet.
Ooh, I
And
can't
how
wait.
much is that going to run you?
Probably I'm going to lose $130 trying
Probably
to get
like
this bet
30,
one, but it's the
solid
fucking
30
principle.
bucks.
I thought Wilford Brimley's been dead for like 15 years.
Oh my god, yeah.
Isn't he?
And we also didn't know he was in the cockfighter.
He died
For, like,
last year.
2 years or something.
He was a
like,
2020 guy.
Cockfighting.
Yeah, remember? I mean, that was legit though.
That
He
was the legit death.
legitimately into cockfighting.
He legitimately. I looked it up. Like there was like articles from like
It's
the
my
early
favorite.
2000s where like he was
his
advocating
name is Sully.
against laws in Arizona and Utah
About cockfighting.
cockfighting. Like
Bang.
he was pro cockfighting. He was talking about what a lovely. Like it was like I'm reading the article. It was like so funny. 'Cause we were doing the impression.
It's like
and it was
theater.
he was talking about like what a lovely family experience it is, and I'm just like it's fucking cockfights. It's roosters killing each other.
You're duct taping razor blades to the
Yeah.
foot of a fowl
Yeah.
and letting it try to murder another one.
Yeah, they, oh, it's a lovely.
It's just
It's
as
a
good as
lovely
Sesame
time for the
Street
whole
Live.
family.
it's a
Good
great
for you.
kids.
It's all about the spur.
It was funny
for
because
you.
after
Good
that
for the
episode, we watched The Thing,
Yeah.
the original Thing, on whatever streaming service or
And
whatever.
how old was he?
And the whole time I'm like rattling off Wilford
40.
Brimley facts from
Yeah.
from that episode where I'm like,
How old
did you
was he?
know?
Hey, he was like 42 when he made the thing.
And he looks like he's at least 60.
I was like,
Wasn't
did you
Wilford
know
Brimley
that he
in,
was a cowboy and personal protector
Wasn't he in
for...
Cobra Kai? Too?
Wilford Brimley? No, that was Ed Asner who you thought also was
I was so dead.
Wow.
I can see how you're gonna mix up though. They're the same.
They both like
person.
coffee.
Holy shit.
He was like, Wilford Brimley was like the grand poobah,
Yeah.
overseeing everything.
Wilford Brimley, you're telling me they're not the
I'm
same
telling
person.
you, man.
I've never seen them in the same room at the same time. It's just what I'm saying.
Nobody's ever seen
Unless the
Wilford
Mary
Brimley
Tyler
in the same
Moore,
room.
unless the Mary Tyler Moore show had an episode about cockfighting. I don't think it would all.
It's true. It's
Lou, are you cockfighting again?
God bless Ted Knight.
Jesus. How old was he in Cocoon?
Cocoon, he was like 49.
Nice.
He
He's
wasn't
playing
old
like
enough
a-
to be retired yet.
Yeah.
He was playing that old ass dude.
Yeah.
And you bought, like, you thought, like, well, he's got to be at least 60-something. No, he was,
I
he's
thought he
my
was
age.
at least 70 years old.
Like,
He did
like
his own
I look
stunts
back
off
at
the diving board.
Of course he did. I mean, like, that's what I mean. Like, I was like, that's why I was so shocked about it, I think, when I first saw Cocoon, because, like, my dad can't do that. My dad's older. I mean, my dad was in that age range. I was like, my dad can't jump off a diving board like that. Man, what
It's
makes
like-
him? He's like, because he's my age. I can still jump off a diving board.
I turned 49 on Tuesday, and I feel better about myself after watching Wilford Brimley.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday.
We don't have the rights to that. Those people are very litigious.
They are. That's true.
Wow, I didn't bring you anything.
No, don't worry.
I'm really
I was gonna
sorry.
bring you a Beside the Geek sticker, but I see you already have one. So
I do, yes.
And also, you,
I display.
forgot it.
that's true too.
I display it with pride. People ask. I say, yeah, they're good people.
People ask. Nancy.
Yeah.
What is that shit?
Yeah.
I keep forgetting. Who's that?
Yeah.
Why is that chicken drunk on your laptop?
Yeah.
Why is he giving me the finger?
Yeah.
It's not. It's a Star Trek thing.
Yeah. You don't understand. He's trying to say live long and prosper.
Oh,
It
I
does
always
look
thought
like
he was
he's
giving a
giving the
finger.
Yeah.
I know.
Good job with that art.
I have those
Thank you.
everywhere.
Thank you.
I have them on a gun safe, which is absolutely not Besotted Geek like.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not.
It's anti-Besotted Geek.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
The
a
irony.
it's a phaser case.
Oh,
Phaser case. Where I keep my pew-pews.
Yeah.
Oh, my. Ian's like abandoned me.
Hey,
Fucking
take a
got up
smoke
and
break.
left. He's done. He's done with me. He's like, you're not going to fucking watch Hamilton? I'm done with this shit.
Yeah, I think that's true. Misfits and Hamilton, he's like.
I tried.
I try to get you to watch Misfits. You blow me off.
And you're not gonna go to the theater, are you?
No, I won't.
I know. I know.
Like, I'm not even going to lie to you.
I
know,
appreciate that. I really do.
But you don't have to. It's on TV.
Oh, that's true.
Still no interest.
That's how we saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't paying an asshole $500 amount of money to go to a.
Look, at this point, I won't pay, like... like, right now, if they announced, like, Jimmy Page, Robert Plant, and John Paul Jones are getting back together with Jason Bonham on drums as a Led Zeppelin reunion tour.
Oh, is that who that is?
Is that like a big deal?
I'm waiting for people to ask, isn't that
Is that
person
like
gay?
a big deal? I don't know.
You make me sick. Yes.
What is this Muzak you speak
Yeah.
of?
Yeah. Led Zeppelin, one of the greatest rock and roll band ever.
Oh, I thought you said the Beatles.
You know, that could. I'd rather see him.
Are you gonna watch the Beatles on Disney?
I am going to watch
Oh,
that.
yeah?
That does interest me. I'm not a Beatles
It
hater.
looks very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm just adjusting my.
Like, I'm not a fan of the Beatles, but I don't hate the Beatles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, now, that bullshit that McCarthy's pulling where he's talking about, like, you know, the Rolling Stones, what are they, just some R&B band? Like, you can go suck a dick.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah, I always like the Stones better than.
yeah, I'm a Rolling Stones man.
It's cooler to like them, but who has more iconic songs?
I
really?
like the Beatles. Sorry.
The Rolling Stones.
No.
The
No.
Beatles.
Yes.
Like,
I'd be more of a Stones person, I guess. If, gun to my head.
Yeah.
I like the Stones.
I
but
like Yoko though.
I like
God,
maybe
God
like
damn it!
6 or
You'd be
7
the only
songs
human
in
being on the
Stones,
planet.
where the Beatles,
like
there's
like this is how
dozens of
Or Yoko.
classics.
this is how good the Stones are. Okay,
They can have only 6 good songs, and they're better than the Beatles.
no, this is how good the Rolling Stones are. My 2 favorite songs are "Tumblin' Dice" and "Street Fightin' Man." Okay,
G7.
clearly an inside joke.
Dirty
No,
Work.
from Dirty Work.
Oh, okay,
Maybe
yeah.
Dirty Work when they get into a bar fight or whatever.
Yeah.
Chris Farley walks up to the jukebox and he goes, "We need a little street
sucks.
fighting man." G7 hits it and it's G8
But-
and it's the Pina Colada song.
Yeah.
But so, like those are my
Explain
those are my
that
2
one.
favorite
Iconic.
Stones songs.
Yeah.
And on Apple Music, they have like the Essentials list. So like, I'm looking, I pull up the Essentials and I'm playing the Essentials. I'm like, okay, I just want to hear "Tumblin' Dice." It's not on the Essentials. That's how many good songs the Stones have.
Yeah, I've
that
never
my
heard
2
of it.
The
favorites
Beatles
aren't even
song-
on there.
The Beatles Essentials probably is like 10 times
It's
longer
probably
than
3
the Rolling
discs.
Like, what are your like favorite Beatles songs? Like top
Oh, Jesus.
2.
Oh,
Do it.
we talked about
But,
this.
like,
All of Rubber Soul.
Yeah,
it's
2.
not songs, it's albums.
2.
Yeah,
It's like, what are your
just,
favorite
Two
albums?
songs.
I like Revolution a lot.
Okay, good one.
Norwegian Wood.
Norwegian Wood's awesome.
Like my issue with the Beatles is it was like they were like
Helter Skelter's
the
my favorite.
Backstreet Boys and then they became
Oh,
Nirvana or whatever.
Ah.
Like
But they weren't the Backstreet
They
Boys because they weren't
evolved.
manufactured. They were
yeah, but
still
like
their own
like
band.
like Help, like just sounds like 100% different than
But there was
their
nothing
late
before
stuff.
that.
yeah, because there was a lot of changes in
Grow, you
music.
They
in that
made
time.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
I
they,
mean-
Yeah, I mean, just
the whole
and
reason
then they
for that
grew into
is
something different.
Right, and they
John Lennon one time bumped into Bob Dylan. And Bob and
They
Bob,
got high, and he was like, "I'm gonna do this
Lennon
crazy
asked him,
shit."
he's like, "Well, what do you think of our music?" And Dylan's like, "I'll be honest, it's nice, but what do you have to say?" And the next thing you know, they go off to India, and shit changed.